NHL's premier esports event is back with the EA Sports NHL 24 World Championship. Rep your favorite club and play EA Sports NHL 24 and compete for.
What's going on, everybody? John out here with you. It's a Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. How's everybody doing out there today? Again, I'll be back to a normal schedule here for the next several weeks. I know next week I'll have a big project that I'm working on, but I'll still be open for doing some play-by-play and covering some games, especially if we get some co-op. It'll be about time that we get some co-op throughout the week, and I think we're going to do so on Thursday when the Seattle Kraken play the Washington Capitals. I think Alec Knob's going to join for that one. We should have a good matchup tonight, however, although two teams are going in different directions at the moment. So the Los Angeles Kings head coached on that side 20-10-6 by Todd McLellan, their third in the Pacific. It sounds like this: Anze Kopitar, Quinton Byfield, Adrian Kempe, Mikey Anderson, Drew Doughty, Phillip Danault, Kevin Fiala, Trevor Moore, Vladislav Gavrikov, and Matt Roy. It's PLD, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Alex Laferriere, and Arthur Kaliyev. Blake Wazak, Carl Grunstrom, and Trevor Lewis. Andreas Englund and Jordan Spence will be the back end. Looks like Brant Clark will be the extra defense. He's not going to be in today. Cam Talbot will be in goal. And for the Tampa Bay Lightning, 19-17-5, fifth in the Atlantic, head coached by Jon Cooper. It sounds like this: Brayden Point, Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov, Viktor Hedman, and Darren Radish, Anthony Cirelli, Brandon Hagel, Michael Eassamont, Calvin Mahon, and Eric Chernak. Nick Paul, Alex Belair-Belay, Connor Sheary, Luke Glendening, Austin Watson, Tyler Mott, Emil Martson and Leelberg, and Nicholas Perbix will be the back-end defense with the big cat, Andre Vasilevsky, in goal. So here's a couple interesting things for me. So far, we're watching this on the Bally Sports Sun feed on that side for Tampa. And Tampa's done really well in this matchup in general throughout the years. But Cam Talbot's numbers, 14-9-3, 217, 923 save percentage, and a couple of shutouts. Those are good, and I understand that the Los Angeles Kings have a good defensive core around them. Now, the Big Cat, again, we talked about them. The last time that we covered this team, he had a couple of games in the mix of it, but one notably was an 8-game win streak for Edmonton that he broke by scoring 4 goals, did Steven Stamkos. And Andre Vasilevsky, 9-9, 301 goals against, 895, and 1 shutout. Every single goaltender that they've used right now, even with Jonas Johansson, his is at about 350. So all the goaltenders in the Tampa side, even the Big Cat, are over 3. That's not very, particularly to be Vasilevsky-like, but again, we talk about the depth and everything else that Tampa's lost over the years. There's no built-in excuse. There's a price you have to pay for success, no doubt about it. But there's going to be some issues. And on the Tampa side today, as far as some injuries, Kel Sergachev week to week, Eric Chernak day to day. So that's 2 blows on the defensive side. And Tanner Janot, who they gave up the farm pretty much to get from the Nashville Predators, he's going to be out for several days for a lower body injury. LA injury still sound the same. Viktor Arvidsson from the Preds to LA. He hasn't really been healthy since he's been here. The Pheonix Copley tore his ACL, so he's done for the year. Although David Riddick is a pretty good backup considering Cam Talbot, the way he's playing, they should be okay. So we're underneath the puck drop now at Amalie Arena as this is trying to get picked up off the forehand. Here's a shot from the point that'll be gloved down by Talbot, but spun back around here for Anthony Cirelli. It's Brandon Hagel, former Chicago Blackhawk. Again, he's been excellent since the last couple of years and picked up by Tampa. Just keeps it in near the left side blue line. Wraps it around the end boards here for Mike Eassamont. Chernak trying to get a couple stick chops in on this side as it's sent back around. So Chernak should be okay on the side from what I'm looking at. Again, from what I just told you as far as my notes day to day, he's going to be battling through an injury, but he's playing in this game. As it's wrapped back around, Chernak and Calvin DeHaan will be the defensive pairing out right now for Jon Cooper's squad as we're 19:05. And then this first just getting underway as this is slapped in around the red line. It'll be Drew Doughty. Again, Drew Doughty and Anze Kopitar, they are still the linchpins for a team that won back-to-back Stanley Cups. On the 2000 side, head coached by Daryl Sutter, who's still looking for a job right now. Again, I'd imagine that you would think either if he's going to be well into retirement now or over the next couple of years, he might get picked up on that. So his coaching vacancies will continue to climb, especially in the offseason. As this is Trevor Moore, the former Calgary Flame, he loses it as this is picked up now near the right side red line, but Stamkos As of the entry, here's a drop for Cooch. And this one is blocked in the middle of the slot beautifully by a host of LA Kings. As Darren Radish now near the left side boards, trying to get around for Minnesota Wildman. Kevin Fiala is bounced up off the boards, doesn't hit the netting, it stays in play. And now Brayden Point does a great job keeping it alive. As this is played in off the inboards, a little bit too far for DeHaan. Have to go all the way back. This will be picked up here by the big redwood, Viktor Hedman. As he will put this around the inboards. Again, it's a little bit different from me actually covering an NHL game. We've done a lot of the World Juniors, so get back to see the pros play a little bit on this side, but the WJCs, that was an incredible tournament. I'm glad I was able to get that all in. Again, those are all solo calls, and hopefully at some point in the future, that will change. As Paul will send this one back to his defensive partner, and they'll backtrack, try to get this one left to right. Alex Bally, a little bit too far for him. It's Connor Sheary. Go ahead and give a chase, and this is flipped back down off the backhand by Jordan Spence. Played out in front. Talbot made a stick stop of Bally as the Kings now in the all-white jerseys with the black pants are going to try to get this one back right to left. Again, they're not wearing the monochrome helmets. Some like those, I don't. As this is wrapped around the inboards here for Vladislav Gavrikov. Good play ahead. As this is put near the left side boards, goes a little bit too far off the back. And this will be Gunstrom, but too far for him. And now picked up here. Good through pass here for Hedman. Might spring Nick Perbix some offsides as he was kind of going up front. Luke Glendening jumped too early. 16:56 left to go in this first. So I'm glad you can join me here. We're watching this one on ESPN Plus. Another solo call here, but I think on Thursday that's going to change for the Caps and the Kraken. Alec Nava should be with me on that one. Again, it's just good to get some NHL action in. It's certainly been a while, especially over the tournament over the last couple of weeks. Eric Chernak missed the last 3 games, but he is in the lineup today. Still a little bit day-to-day as a neutral zone face-off was won by the Kings sent all the way down. They've iced it. So they'll do it again. We already had a momentary stoppage, and what about another one? 16:50 to go in this first. Viktor Hedman will get there. Again, I'm looking at the LA Kings lineup, and I say, okay, it's a lot. Pretty good as far as Anze Kopitar and Drew Doughty, the mainstays that are there. You still got Mikey Anderson. I love the addition of Vladislav Gavrikov over the last season, as they're showing Todd McLellan. But PLD's only got 16 points right now. He's a -7 in terms of a team that is not very minus all the way across the board. His numbers need to improve. I mean, you gave up Rasmus Kupari, a second-round pick, Gabe Biliardi, and Alex Fiala on that side for PLD. And, yeah, at some point, I think that's going to come to roost, especially because I said it was going to make the Winnipeg Jets better. Well, they're the best team in the league right now. As Pierre-Luc Dubois play the puck. Get this one back from Kempe. Here's a drop. Gunstrom, Dubois cutting to the net. Big rebound. And it goes off the side of the net, and somebody paid a big-time hit for that. It was Gunstrom that got absolutely smoked. So the LA Kings in their first 12 in this last part were 8-2-2. In the last 5, they're 0-3-2. They're running a 5-game losing streak. Tampa kind of been in that same boat. They've been losing a few games of late, but these are 2 teams that are very proud that want to be able to turn their fortunes. I think they can do so, and that's kind of why I wanted to lock in this matchup. It could be the best one of the day, considering the power of these teams. But the LA Kings have been unbelievable on the road, as this one is swallowed up by Talbot. So +18, thank you for Bally Sports Sun. They showed this for the LA Kings in the first period. Tampa is at +5. So we'll see what happens. The shoot-in attempt was stopped off the left pad of Vasilevsky, and then there was another rebound near the right side dot. Gunstrom tried to hit a flipping puck out of the air, but Tampa Bay Lightning just brushed out of the side with Calvin DeHaan being right. 15:43 left to go in the first. As it's a face-off one. Across the left side wall, Alex Bally. Try to pick this one back up, but a stick lift. Recollected here for the LA Kings. They're going to try to go right to left again. Right to left, as Kevin Fiala will put this one in deep. The Big Cats watching the stand-up. This is a bouncing puck. This will stay in play near the left side red line. And the LA Kings now with Phillip Danault. Again, the former Montreal Canadian, who was really, really good on that for the last couple of years, but now he's on the third line side. That really kind of solidifies your bottom 6 to show some of the depth, even with some of the pieces that they lost we just talked about. As this is wrapped in by LA. Bass will go ahead and stop it behind the goal crease. It's 14:55 left to go on the first. John on here with you on the call. We're following this one along on the Twitter X space of John Reinott, same thing on the YouTube side. So if you can't watch, you can go ahead and listen in, or you can always look at the NHL app if you don't want to listen to my voice. This is put in near the right side red line. Nick Perbix racing along the wall. We'll get this near the left side. Spence. We'll get a reverse hit off for Kellyev. We'll go ahead and try to clear this one down. This is a spring for a 2-on-1. Laferriere cross pass. Good late arriving defense for Tampa. Kind of get that one away as it was Kelvin DeHaan. It's loose now in the middle of the circles. Here's a warbling puck that goes in between a mass of bodies, and this will go to the neutral zone where LA will be the first to get to it. For Andreas Englund, the first time I get a chance to watch him on the back end defense for the LA Kings, looking a little bit different. Near the middle of the slot, a bouncing puck a couple times. Kucherov will locate it and behind the cage, but he gets dispossessed nicely after a couple hits. Picked up here for Kuch, though, as this is wrapped around there. Chernak can't play the carom, and now the LA Kings will go ahead and smack this one down and across the red line from 100 feet. Go ahead and take their change for Todd McLellan squad, as it's Jon Cooper squad trying to go left to right now. Off the half spin. As this is reset up again one more time for Lawberg. So Lawberg and Perbix, the third line defense. Here for Cooper's squad as we get an offsides. 13:33 left to go in the first. We'll take a commercial break. We're scoreless.
These are my tissue box covers.
Remember, tissues come in our boxes. It's important for young homeowners to let go of the things, string them into their parents. There we go. I use that. And holding on to these pieces of crown molding because you never know when you're going to need them. I do. And it's never. It can be a lot for that. You still own that car? I do not. Okay.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you buy the home and auto with us.
Empty tubs of butter are for recycling, not for my leftovers.
That's a big one, people.
The 3 for Me only at Chick's serves up more deliciousness for just $9.99 than you'll find anywhere else. I mean, have y'all seen those fast food prices lately? It's like even they want you to come to. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Life moves at the speed of hockey. You can count on Enterprise, home or away, to always be there with aces, no matter where the game takes you. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
When Doug and Andre came to TurboTax,
We navigated a turbulent housing market by
Buying a boat home. But we didn't know the first thing about filing taxes as first-time home buyers.
I knew how to make their move.
So when we get into the first intermission, I'll go across the NHL scoreboard. A little bit light night in the NBA, but the NHL scoreboard's pretty loaded. So we'll get that squared away. I'll just go through this solo assignment today. I think it's going to be a good one, though. I'm feeling good right now. We'll work out on this side, and you know what? For Michigan against Washington, feeling a little bit extra special on that one. I know my broadcast partner, Cooper Hopkins, he was there with the Michigan Friend alum on that side at Energy Stadium. It stinks being on the other side. I get it. Michigan's been there a few extra times. Over the last few, they brought 44 seniors to get the job done there. It's not going to be the same for Michigan, especially if Harbaugh leaves.
Who came back into the middle of the ice and took away great points, great chance. So both teams paying attention defense early on.
So let me get this comment in for the unofficial Joe Biden. It's kind of a gaming YouTube channel. This is a Lightning fan and President of the United States. Watching the game in the Oval Office, I say yes, sir. Bolts everywhere. Good comment there. I appreciate unofficial Joe Biden for that side. As this is sent in, here's a chance. Isamont gets denied in off the rush as we just return from the action. Never know what you're going to find on the YouTube side, but I appreciate the comments anywhere we can get those. 13:04 left to go in the first. Cam Talbot, I'm sure they'll be showing him right now as they go in the midst of the commercials. So second career All-Star game for Cam, 217 goals against, 923 save percentage, second and third in the NHL, respectively, for Cam Talbot. There was a lot going in saying, is this going to be the guy? Is this really the right decision for the LA Kings to move on from what they need? Because they really needed goaltending over the last couple of years. I know they've been kind of going in between Pheonix, Copley, who unfortunately had the ACL tear and this and that. But there was some issues with goaltending on that side. Jonathan Quick moved on. He won a Stanley Cup with the Vegas Golden Knights. But right now he's done the job, and they've done the job defensively. So that continues. The LA Kings, who have lost over the first round of the last couple of years, the Edmonton Oilers, who kind of got in their way, think that they could turn around and always be a good squad. But again, that trade that was given up on that side to the Winnipeg Jets to bring PLD here, I don't know. With all the depth they do have, it might be okay right now, but he's in the midst of an $64 million deal on 8 years, and you need more production than 16 points. 12-25, excuse me. We'll have to go in the first as this is wrapped around. Picked up now for Victor Hedman as he'll send this one across. Calvin DeHaan off the stretch pass. It bounces off Brayden Point. And this is going to allow Darren Radich to get this one, recollect, and flip it across the red line as the forwards will go ahead and take their change. About 12:05 up to go in the scoreless first round. There within the call. We're watching this one on the Bally Sports Sun feed is Gavrikov. Pass a little bit too far for him. Trevor Moore can't locate it. Vasilevsky 5-0 record against the Kings lifetime at home in Amelie. We'll see if that one continues to stand. Stamkos, Point, and Kucherov still the top line today for the Tampa Bay Lightning. It'll be Hagel, Cirelli, and Esamont on the second line. So we'll be watching them. Nick Paul on the third line nowadays. Trevor Moore near the left side red line. Esamont will watch. Glendening and Littleberg out there as well. Nick Perbix in the middle of that pile, trying to find this loose puck. It's just a massive humanity. Trying to get centered off the outside of the cage, as this will be wrapped around Mikey Anderson, top line defense here for Todd McLellan's squad. Trying to get this one near the left side red line as the LA Kings stuck in a severe pinch. This one's played a hand pass and we're in a penalty call. 11:15 left to go in the first. It'll be a penalty against the Bolts. Connor Sheary going to go to the box. We'll see if he got a trip or some sort of interference. This is a trip. Little hook. 11:15 left to go as it was tied up. And near the left side, Mikey Anderson and Sheary got his stick all tied up in the left side of the kidneys of Mikey Anderson. He's going to go to the box for hook. So 2-minute minor at the 11:15 marker of the first. As Jon Cooper looking on with the rest of his bench and the video coaches. Again, you know, on the other side, you have the former Red Wings head coach, who is now part of the assistant coaching staff, Jeff Blashill, the Jon Cooper squad. Luke Glendening. As this is won by the former Red Wing Dallas Star. This is sent in under the left side red line. There's a stick shaft with some tape that got broken in the middle of the ice. As this is a 3-on-3. Here's a drop for Kopitar. Here's a pick up middle of slot. Doughty, left side circle, swallowed up by the big cat. 10:56 left to go in the first. Doughty let a wrist shot go at about 81. Kopitar, 18 years in the league, but honestly, you wouldn't really know it. Again, what makes me feel a bit old is in the 97.1 here locally, when it was syndicated, I used to listen to the Tom Leykis radio show late at night. They'd always talk about Anze Kopitar, Doughty, and Jonathan Quick, and how good the Kings were during the reign of Daryl Sutter. As it's Kevin Fiala. We'll recollect this one. And across the bolt, off the drop. And it'll be Kempe go ahead and flip this one in near the left side wall, trying to get his own chip and chase. Victor Hedman will collapse. Brandon Hagel trying to get it out now. And Anthony Cirelli, who's a really good penalty killer, will send this one down the ice. 10:25 left to go in this first. It'll be Doughty. Get a chance to reset here for the LA Kings. They want to go right to left. In the road whites with the black pants, as this is Kevin Fiala. He'll lose it. It'll be a race for the puck now. And this will be an opportunity for the Tampa Bay Lightning and Anthony Cirelli to get it. Looks like Drew Doughty wasn't trying to give full speed there. They'll keep some of his energy and stay in front. As it's flipped back in nicely by Tampa. As we're halfway through the first, shots on goal are 5-3 in favor of the Bolts. We're still scoreless. Doughty now off the drop pass. Here's a touch. Phillip Danault, Pierre-Luc Dubois on the left side. PLD loses it, and now it's an opportunity here for Chernak. Chernak, delayed onside, able to keep this one alive near the right side dot. This gets brushed away from Cam Talbot's 5-hole. Now near the right side. Recollected here for the LA Kings. Haven't had much going on this power play right now. They'll dump it in across the red, try to gain possession. Kaliev First to get to it now near the right side. LA Kings finally get some puck possession as they get this one to the right side. Blue one now near the dot. Here's a back pass. Phillip Danault will play the carom. This is in the high slot now. Extra pass, Spence. Send it across. Danault now absorbs a hit near the left side red line. Kaliev. He might get another trip in. We'll see if this gets called. This gets cleared there on the ice. Looks like nothing's going to happen against Luke Glendening, but he definitely took a spill. 8:55 left to go in this first. So restart it one more time for the LA Kings off a clear from 150. It'll be Grundstrom will get there first as this goes in behind the cage. Michael Easema will go ahead and take a look at this on the left side. There's a slap shot. Nice pickup by Tampa as they clean it right up in front of the big cat. Now Stamkos off the drop, one-timer. This one goes way wide near the right side dot. Recollected here for Nick Perbix. Spun back around, Brayden Point. Point now back to his defense. As this is Littleberg and Perbix out there right now together. Near the top line for Brayden Point, near the left side red line. He's getting held. Grundstrom also trying to find it loose. Tampa will find it. Stamkos gets it to Perbix. Perbix surveys, falls down, shoots. And this one is blocked. Sent out in front by Kucherov off the backhand in the middle of the slot. And Stamkos still here for Kuch. Down near the right side. Stammer has it. Kucherov plays it between his legs. Perbix picks it up. Centering pass. Pick back up now for Kucherov. Kucherov cross. This is very contested in the middle of the high slot, and the LA Kings finally get it out. Kucherov and Stamkos kept that puck in there for about a minute and 20 seconds. Kucherov probably at the end of his shift. We'll go ahead and make a stretch pass. We'll get it back, though. Put this in the middle of the high slot. Here's a rebound attempt looking for cutting Cirelli. And now the LA Kings, Adrian Kempe. It's dispossessed. Good play by Nick Paul. Nick Paul, the former Senator, drive to the net. And this one goes just wide. Rebound opportunity off the carom. Solved by Talbot. We'll go to commercial break. Nick Paul almost had a dipsy doodle goal. 7:13 left in the first. Still scoreless.
Monday morning Hagel. You've been here before. Get to good. And you're over it before you're
Ready Cementi says, let's go Bolts on this side. I think you guys are enjoying this matchup. He said, also subscribe to you since your content doesn't look that bad. Hey, I appreciate that, Unofficial Joe Biden. You have a good one, my friend. Ready Cementi says, let's go Bolts. Again, as we said, I appreciate that. I said, are the Lightning still a playoff team? And the 3 votes that we got overwhelmingly says yes. So thank you for that, guys. We'll continue to get those votes in. Hopefully, again, this is a good check-in of this Monday. Again, we had the college football championship game between the Washington Huskies and the Michigan Wolverines. You have some of the NFL stuff done tonight. You have hockey now on the Monday side. You're going to be going to the All-Star break in the next several weeks. So it's a good time to check in until we get into the wild card matchups, admittedly, this weekend.
Guaranteed 100% accuracy on land and sea.
Was that a shark? Yes.
Make your moves count. Intimate TurboTax, 100% accuracy guaranteed.
exclusive artists.
Admittedly, for me, we'll see what happens on Sunday night when the Detroit Lions take on the LA Rams and Matthew Stafford comes home. Do you play the tribute video or do you not, or do you do it after on that side? Because I think there's going to be a lot of trepidation there. And the Rams, I think, have won the last 7 of 8 games. They've been very hot on that end, so the Lions will have their hands full. And so off the puck protection, I'm getting the highlight before we get back into the action. Nick Paul off the backhand forehand trying to get around Mikey Anderson. It was just brushed away there for Cam Talbot. Good work there for the goaltender. 11 goals, 11 assists, about 18 minutes of ice time here for Nick Paul in 41 games. Business as usual for him. He's been a very great member of the Tampa Bay Lightning since joining. The same thing for Brandon Hagel. They made some pretty good moves. The Tanner Janot one still going to make me scratch my head for the rest of the time, as this is 1-0 for Cirelli. Here's a shot to the traffic. It bounced off Kopitar, and this is shot up high off the glass. Anthony Cirelli as Easema gets a reverse hit on Anze. Here's a stretch pass. This will be sticked away by the big cat, and very contested near the left side. Couple players take a spill on both sides. It's dispossessed. Kempe, short side chance. Here's a pass out in front, and Cirelli, after getting the face-off on the other end, has to go all the way back, go in the blue paint, pick it up now. Cirelli trying to go end-to-end. He's getting around Doughty. This is go here for Michael Eyssimont near the right side boards, as this is off a couple bounces. Hagel has it, fires! And this one is saved for Cam Talbot into the traffic. He had a couple Kings there and Lightning. They're trying to obstruct the vision, trying to get a rebound, either clear it out or force it through the contact. And Anze Kopitar, they show him with a shot block, and then they're showing Kopitar again, and Kempe trying to get a steal. Again, Kempe, Kopitar, Phillip Danault. I didn't get a chance to see Quinton Byfield yet today. Don't know if he's playing in this game or if there's a little bit of injury designation or something like that. I hadn't seen that in my notes. Try to keep a track of that as we go along. 6:30 up to go in this first. Still waiting for the first goal. Shots on goal are 8-5. So good defensive battle so far between both of these squads, who are going in opposite directions at the moment. Again, for the LA Kings, 20, 10, and 6. The points percentage and everything else are good. For Tampa, they're going to be playing some good teams down the stretch here, and they're going to need to be able to pick up some wins when they get to that next portion of the stretch. We'll talk about that during the second period, as well as this one's flipped up into the air. Nick Perbix now. We'll go ahead and get this one. And across the red line where the LA Kings will intercept this safely into the neutral zone, and Drace England will go ahead and dump it in deep. So it'll be an opportunity here for third line defense for Martinson Lilleberg to go ahead and get this one the other way. Now near the left side. It's an opportunity. Mott going to go ahead and pick this one up off Watson. Here's the half turn, and this one is saved here for Cam Talbot off of the wraparound attempt, and we'll take another break. 5:47 left to go in this first.
These are my tissue box covers.
Remember, tissues come in all boxes. It's important.
Again, we have the early game today on the host of some early games on that side, but if we do get some situations where I can go give you live scoring updates, we'll do that, try to check in underneath the other parts of the action for the other games. Because this should be a good night to watch. Again, Thursday, if Alec Nava does join for the Caps and the Kraken, we'll be looking forward to that one on that side. The Kraken have been really hot of late as well. I think they're down, though, against the Buffalo Sabres.
I mean, have y'all seen those fast food prices lately? It's like even they want you to come to. This chili street for me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Red Bull gives you wings. The new Red Bull Sea Blue Edition with the taste of Juneberry. Wings for every taste.
The Home Depot's lowest bath prices of the year are here. Shop online and save on our wide selection of on-trend styles. Find all the final touches and with delivery. Get everything you need when you need it. Your dream bathroom doesn't have to wait. HomeDepot.com.
Live scores.
The line back against Kucherov because, well, he's Kucherov and he's leading the league in points. He said, no, I don't intend to. He said, we need to get back to our four line. First of all, but he said, Kucherov and the Lightning are not in our division. And because of that, I don't have
So Brian Engblom was given a report on that set for the color for Todd McLellan. He said, are you going to match up your best lines against Nikita Kucherov? He said, no. I want to go ahead and try to take our four-line approach, be able to stop the Russian superstar and see what happens. And I think that they're just going to go ahead and play their game plan. And quite honestly, they don't get the chance to see them too much, so we're not going to take away from our game plan and what's working. So that was from Todd McLellan. As this is sent in off of a race for the puck. Trevor Moore tried to get there, but the LA Kings and Eyssimont will go ahead and recollect this. Cam Talbot out of his goal crease. Go ahead and stop this one. This could work out for a breakout for the LA Kings. Phillip Danault racing on the open left wing. Here's a shot that gets tipped. Viktor Hedman can't get it out, and the LA Kings will keep it in. Bounces off a couple bodies. Here's Kucherov. Recollect this back in his own end. Spin it back around the end boards here. A bouncing puck just gets across the blue line. That means Matt Roy to go ahead and pick this one back up. Here's a stretch pass. It'll be Moore now. Trevor able to keep this one as Danault keeps the skate blade on side, and Moore will send it in across the red line. As we did 4:55 left to go in this scoreless first. Shots on goal are still 9-6. Darren Radish goes ahead and gets this in across the red line as Cam Talbot will go ahead and look at it. Paul also out there as well now, third line for Jon Cooper's squad as this is settled back down for Arthur Kaliev. A flipping puck doesn't go anywhere but straight up in the air. And now the LA Kings will chop this one pretty nicely as Laferriere. He's out there for defensive purposes, more of a two-way type of a forward, as this is off a back pass. So go D-to-D. Perbix into the traffic. Stop by Talbot. Turn around. Calls the 5-hole. Belay try to stuff it in, as this is near the right side of the red line. Connor Sheary will watch it go by. Luke Glendening trying to force a hit. Here's Sheary. Sheary, this will be sticked away by the LA Kings, but dumped in deep by the Bolts. Belay try to put a backhand out in front. Cam Talbot will hit it away with the stick as we're down to 4 minutes. Good pressure here for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think they've had the better extent of the pressure so far to start this game at Amalie Arena. We'll see how the LA Kings will answer. More sustained zone time for me for the Tampa Bay Lightning so far in the scoreless game. But here are the Kings. An outstretched pass goes a little bit too far, will allow Eric Chernak to be able to spin this one the other way across the boards. Here for Calvin DeHaan, and this will go up and on a play right at the 3:33 marker of the first. 11 shots at 6. We get an offsides call and a momentary stoppage. So key defense comparison. This is always fun. 1,132 games for Viktor Hedman. The other side, 1,014 against Drew Doughty. 90 postseason games to 160. 639 points to 691. 283 power play points for Doughty to 245 for Hedman. Pair of Stanley Cups between both teams. Who's the better defenseman? You can decide. Points might tell part of the story, but both of these guys are going to be first ballot Hall of Famers. No doubt about it. As this is a nice dispossessed Kempe cross pass, a great diving shot block. Able to take that one away for the Bolts. The Kings had an opportunity there, but now it's Spence in his own end. Jordan Spence will try to get this one down off a long pass from about 80 feet. As this is a wrestling match near the left side of the red line. Try to get recollected. Kempe out there as well, trying to knock this away. Gavrikov will watch this one fall back to Matt Roy. Matt Roy will leave it for PLD. Number 80's got it right now. We get this one off his forehand near the left side wall. Dubois will just put this one back around the inboards. Dubois will get the interception. This shot gets blocked. Dubois trying to provide a screen in front. Gavrikov trying to join in. Gunstrom protecting the front of the net just in case a rebound falls to him. And now this is an opportunity for Brayden Point. It's 1-on-3. All he could do was chip it in deep as the former Flame, Trevor Lewis, put this back around the inboards. Gavrikov and Roy will help get this one down the ice as this is intercepted across the blue paint. And now the Kings will reassess and across the right side red line. There's a trip in front of the referee. That's not called. It's Gunstrom now. Here's a drop pass. Trevor Moore waiting, shooting. He was trying to go for the left side top of the crossbar. I think he might have hit the outside of the pipe as the shot goes up and on a play. 1:56 left to go in this first. So Kempe, and off the dive, that was Eric Chernak and Quinton Byfield. They were trying to look for Kempe and Byfield, but a good diving shot block there for Chernak, and then a good stick in the lane for Perbix. Doughty off the half spin, recollects off the draw as this is near the left side dot. Doughty will try to put this one in as it's the Bolts. This will get turned over. Fiala has to get around a couple stick lifts, able to keep this in the offensive zone as the Kings will put this back around. Again, the better pressure now of late is for the LA Kings. Perbix. Watson gets turned around. Here's Mott. Mott with a wrister. This one goes up high. He's going for the right crossbar. As this is an opportunity now for Mikey. Mikey Anderson off the drop. Way offsides there for the LA Kings. And we'll get a stoppage with 80 seconds left to go in the first. Still scoreless here. We're at Amalie Arena. John, here with you on the call. Watching this one on ESPN Plus. Thank you to that. Again, The prices continue to go up a little bit each year, but still with the value that I give to be able to watch all these games, at least it's 1080p and all the streams and everything else are clear with the 4K Fire Stick Max from the Amazon side of it. Not too bad. So I'm able to bring these ones to you, be able to write about some of the content, things that we see, and then next week start to work on a little bit of the All-Star commentary as far as my All-Stars for the 32 teams, and then the official fan votes and all that, get a little bit of excerpts for where the teams are halfway through the year. It's going to be a lot of work, but it should be a lot of fun, and hopefully when it all gets squared away and settled, that you guys will link it out. So this will be recollected and across the red line and dumped in by the LA Kings. Take a look there for Grundstrom, Kaliev, and long outstretched pass, Kucherov. Nicely plays this near the right side boards. Hagel will go ahead and get an intercept. Kucherov trying to get it in between his legs. And now the LA Kings will recollect this off of one too many passes from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Chernak will get this one here for Kucherov. Kucherov, here's an outstretched pass. Chernak has it off his backhand. We're down to 15 seconds. Put around the end boards here for Nikita. There's a sauce pass right in the middle, intercepted by Byfield. One more rush for the LA Kings. Kempe gets canceled out. Viktor Hedman put this in across the blue line, send it down. That's going to end the first period scoreless. 11 shots to 6 in favor of the Bolts, but we don't have a goal just yet. Come back. We'll call the second period in a moment.
Zeros between the Kings and the Bolts as we take it downstairs. Here's your host, Paul Kennedy, along with Adam Hall. All right, thank you very much. The likes of Nikita Kucherov on the ice. We're still looking for our first goal. Jon Cooper said his New Year's resolution was for better defense. Well, it appears he got that in the first period.
Yeah, kind of two teams testing each other out that first period. Lightning did a good job. They got jumped out on the shot lead, generating some chances, getting in the forecheck a little bit. No blood either way, so kind of a feeling out first period here.
Well, we'll talk to Jim Halpert, Coop's assistant coach, just ahead of our first intermission. He'll visit with Gary. We'll have the highlights for you, as well as touch base around the National Hockey League. Some news and notes. All that ahead as the Bolts return to the Bay, the first of 4 in this host. Coming your way on Bally Sports.
NHL's premier esports event is back with the EA Sports NHL 24 World Championship. Rep your favorite club and play EA Sports NHL 24 and compete for a share of $150K. Register now at NHL.com/NHL24.
Just going to get some notes typed in, and then we will go ahead and give you the reset across the league so far.
She'll be back. You know what I got in there? Okay. At least I don't make bundling on the contract easy. Saves us a ton. Remember about the court?
Okay, honey, throw me the hose.
For bundling made easy, go to Geico.com.
eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Just check my experts. Every stitch, tag, and logo. So you'll always get that feeling of freedom.
Look what I just made. The perfect pearl. Not too bad, but check this out. Whoa, a true Venus clam.
Rainbow gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Sea Blue Edition with the taste of Junberry. Wings for every taste.
Well done, boys. I don't know if you can take those guys to cover the spread. Weather gets cold, and they come.
Yeah, not everyone can handle the elements. You know, I never really thought into all that cold weather stuff. I really agree.
I'm always taking the cold in the teams.
Especially the playoffs. The great ones tough it out, regardless of the weather. Shit, all the minutes. It's 48 degrees. Yeah, the wind was looking off that lake.
We're 30 miles from the lake.
The Home Depot's lowest backside.
So not much to tell you as far as the first, but let's go through it anyway. Shots on goal, 11-6 for Tampa. Hits are 13-8 for LA. Faceoffs are 8-6 for the Bolts as well. Feeling out process, I feel, in that first period. I did see the Bolts with some shots and tips off Talbot later in the first. Chernak makes his return after missing a few games and a great diving play that stops a 2-on-1 for Kempe and Byfield. Kopitar with some blocks on the other end for LA as this game continues to be goalless. LA went 0 for 1 on the power play as we're scoreless after the first.
For downtown Tampa, it's presented by the Florida Lottery. Since 1988, the Florida Lottery has contributed more than $45 billion to education. 5 Frontier, uncapable yourself with Fiber Limited. And by Even Health, the official health and wellness partner of the Tampa Bay Lightning, a proud supporter of the incredible Insiders Home. Tampa Bay back on home ice, hosting the one and only visit of the season by the Los Angeles Kings. We celebrate Lightning 90s nightcast Gorilla style.
And I'll go ahead and just put this in the box. For the comments, that's your reset after 1. I'll throw that in there on that side. Let's take a look around the league real quick. So Kraken and Sabres, Sharks, Leafs are both at the end of 1. I might flip for a couple moments to a game in progress. So Seattle Kraken have a 2-1 lead over the Sabres at KeyBank after 1. Jeff Skinner opened the scoring from Casey Middlestat and Alex Tuck. 23rd assist for Middlestat, 18 for Tuck. Yanni Gord got his 7th this season from Ellie Tolman, Oliver Bjorkstrand, and then Vince Dunn on the power play from Andre Burakovsky and Tolman again. Devin Levi stopped 13 of 15. Joey DeCord, he has been brilliant so far for the Seattle Kraken, for the Coachella Valley Firebirds and Joey and all the chants, the Winter Classic, everything else. It's good to see he's found to be a number 1 goaltending spot right now for his team, and they continue to need it as he stopped 18 of 19. This should come as no surprise, and from the inkling of Willie Nylander to that long-term deal, that the Toronto Maple Leafs are up 2-0 against the San Jose Sharks. Morgan Riley with his 5th from Nylander and Brody, and then Austin Matthews is 31st on the power play from Mitch Marner and Willie Nylander. 35 assists for Nylander. Martin Jones 5 of 5. Capo Kakkonen 14 out of 16 as the Sharks in danger falling to 9-29-3. Again, playing better all told from the 0-10-1 start, but still probably not going to win that matchup. Canucks and Islanders will be the one that I flip to right now just for a couple moments as that's scoreless, but it's underway at UBS. So let's take a look at Canucks and Islanders for the moment. Let's follow John Shorthouse. I probably won't be doing much commentating, but if there is anything else during our not key game, but live look, and I'll throw it across, but we will give the full commentary for the Lightning and the Kings. As we're in the first intermission, we've gone through all the other scores. I'll just tell you this, the upcoming games: Panthers, Blues, Ducks, Preds, Blue Jackets, Jets all start at 8 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 Eastern, as well as Blackhawks. And you got 2 late games at 9 Eastern. Sens and Flames, that one will be at the Scotiabank Saddle Dome, and the Bruins, Coyotes. The Senators are not in a good spot right now, but you do see Brady Tkachuk go to the Saddle Dome. Flames really need to get that win. Sens are a little bit of a free fall, even with the 5-6 games they may have to make up. If they won all of those games, they'd have the same amount of points as the Sabres do today. So even with the games that are made up, that doesn't help on that side forward. The Sens and then the Bruins and the Coyotes. I think that's a back-to-back for the Bruins after losing in overtime against the Avalanche. They lost in a shootout with Val Nichushkin. So whoever has these streams set up on ESPN Plus have them on the wrong sides. It should be the away team then the home team. But nonetheless, we got it all found out. We'll follow this one around for a couple minutes. Vancouver Canucks. I hate to say this, but again, Ken Allen, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Now he's on the Edmonton Oilers, but for the Red Wings, you drafted Phillip Danault over Quinn Hughes. You got Quinn Hughes and Philip Pheonix on the same line, and look at what they're doing with the Vancouver Canucks. Kind of stings a little bit, makes me salty. Again, I like Moritz Seider on that side, but Quinn Hughes, that's spectacular. And see how good he's made Philip Pheonix as more of an offensive defenseman anyway. So shots on goal are a lot looking for the Islanders and the Canucks are just 5-3. 11-11 left to go. It's Sorokin against Thatcher Demko. That's a hell of a goaltending matchup. I honestly thought about doing this game on that side because it's just two prime-time goaltenders against a ridiculous Vancouver offense in a trap style maybe for the Islanders. That's kind of the way that they do it. The Islanders' record is very peculiar because when you look at that on the outside for the Islanders, they're 18, 11, and 10. I wish the extra 10 games they picked up a point, but man, oh man, that'll come back to bite you if you can't go ahead and pick up a couple extra wins in regulation. But at least it's only 11 losses on that side. So I'll watch this one for a couple more minutes before we flip back over. Any comments, questions, concerns, anyone that joins in the middle of Twitter space, the YouTube side, or X side of John Raynon, always let me know. Talk about whatever you like. I'm going to take a look at the NBA scoreboard. Pistons way out in front of the Kings right now, 59-40, although it's very early. They had a 47-point first quarter. Timberwolves all over the Magic, 48-33. The Knicks and Trailblazers really just getting their way. That's a low scoring with 6 minutes left in the first. 18-14 Knicks out in front. The only other games today are the Grizz and Mavs, 8:30 Eastern on NBA TV, and then Lake Pass for the Raptors and Lakers. Lakers are really struggling so far after the play-in tournament that I'll look now when I covered when they look pretty damn good. They don't look like that same team since. And this would be another game that I'm working. We'll say this. I'm working this up. The last one was the Sharks when the Pistons got their first win. I feel a bit disappointed that I'm working out able to actually watch or actually cover a Pistons win, especially without Cade Cunningham. But let me look and see who started today. So it's Duran, Ivy, Hayes, Bogdanovich, Livers. Bogdanovich already in 12 minutes is 8 of 9. 4 from 3 with 20 points. That is insane. Even Ivy 5 of 8 and Duran 5 of 5. So they're doing all the damage right now. Duran, Bogdanovich, and Ivy have 42 of the Pistons' 60 points. And the Kings have 42 points. We'll flip back over here. We're still scoreless between the Islanders and Vancouver. We're going to go to our feature game. That's also still scoreless between the Kings and the Lightning.
Philadelphia Flyers. How is this going to go in seasons to come for Kevin? Yeah, you know what? It's going to be interesting. Keep your eye anytime
time he comes back to the Philadelphia area and play as a visitor in the Flyers, actually, those fans are very vocal fans. They're going to let it be known. Coach Turner is a vocal coach. That team is definitely going to let it be known. And, they don't take.
What'd you guys think of the Jamie Drysdale Cutter Gauthier move on that side? Again, there's still prospects, and Drysdale is coming off a little bit of injuries here, but Drysdale could be a good defensive piece for the Philadelphia Flyers, who have been a big surprise this year. Cutter Gauthier got a chance to watch him at the WJC. He's been captaincy with Rick McGorty, who said he didn't want to play for the team that drafted him. Kind of sounds a little bit like Quebec Nordiques and Eric Lindros, does it not? That's how they got their best player. Still in the middle of the first intermission. We're scoreless between our game of the LA Kings and the Tampa Bay Lightning. We also get a live look in. It was scoreless between the Vancouver Canucks and the New York Islanders.
No, not you, Saquon. Not you. You have a business bank account with QuickBooks Money now earning 5% APY.
Did you say 5% APY?
5% APY? That's new. Yep, QuickBooks makes your money work as hard as you do. That's how your business differently. Into with QuickBooks. We've been doing it since day one. True. Nothing ever. For the love of something.
You know what, honestly, I'll just say this out in the open. I know it's just me in here, but the Australian Open, the 13th and the 28th, I do watch some of that stuff, especially late, because I'm up typing assignments online. I watch the Australian Open because I'm 3 or 4 in the morning here locally on the eastern side. I wouldn't actually mind covering the Aussie Open on that side, at least for like a couple matches, and see if I can actually call a tennis match, because I think it's pretty entertaining to watch at times. I know soccer is one of those sports that's either very popular on one side of the world and not on the other. I think I could try a soccer game. I could try tennis, football. I don't know. American football or the NFL, I just don't know enough as far as the rules. I want to, but I would need help with that. But I would be able to venture on my own for soccer or for tennis if anyone wanted to listen on that side. Because we do go through baseball, hockey, basketball, and any of the collegiate sides of it that I feel comfortable with. But I would like to get a couple more sports this year in the 2024 side, just to kind of build on that resume.
Check. All the heart-pumping playoff action of your dreams? Check, please.
Knowing where you live doesn't control what you watch. It's always seeing your team in action. Knowing you have access to 50 exclusive NHL games, it's knowing your plans for the next 6 months.
So next week, I'm going to leave my schedule as open as far as working with others, whether it be Cooper Hopkins or Alec now. Alec and I will be working together on Thursday. We'll do the Seattle Kraken and the Washington Capitals. But for next week, I'm going to try to work on my piece that I want for the NHL All-Star Game. So I'll go through the 32 teams. I'll give a synopsis for each of the 32, and then I'll pick my own top performer and a player I think that needs to improve between each team. So you got a 32-team capsule with one player that's been a top performer, according to me, and one player that needs to improve on that side. And then I'll leave my own all-star selections as well. So that was a big document. I did that a couple of years ago. I didn't do it last year, but I did it a couple of years ago on that side. It took a lot of time. It took me maybe about a week's time to get that all done. But I really enjoyed it when it was all said and done, and I was proud of all the work that was put in there. I just want to be able to get more eyes and ears to it. On that side, what I might do is after it's all done and the written stuff is done, I might go through and do a podcast on it, just be able to get the audio as well. So let's get into the second period officially. So shots on goal. Again, we went through this in the intermission, but it's 11-6. Slot shots on net. Kings have the advantage 4-3. High danger chances, same thing. controlled entries 13-7 for the Lightning. Chances off the rush 5-1 for the Bolts. 8:37 puck and ozone time to 6:37 for Tampa as well. That's what I noticed a little bit of late. The LA Kings picked it up toward the end of the period, but the Bolts did have sustained zone pressure. They couldn't get anything going there with Stamkos and Kucherov and Cirelli on that side, but it's Cirelli and Hagel, the second line, as this one will get picked up now. And the Bolts will try to go right to left. We're in Omni Arena. John Hunter with you. I'm your play-by-play man. As this is picked up here for Anze. We'll send this back for Doughty. It's Roy. As it's near the right side dot for Adrian Kempe. Here's a shot that gets deflected. This one will go wide. Quinton Byfield taking a look. And the Bolts will try to get this one out again. So they're in the home blue jerseys with the Lightning bolt across the left leg and the blue and white striping. The LA Kings are in the road whites with the black pants. Thankfully, no monochrome helmets. I'm one of those ones, as I said. I'm not a fan of those. As it's Brayden Hagel off the half spin. We'll get this near the left side wall. We're still waiting for the game's first goal as we've just started the second period. Shots on goal again, still 11-6. As it's Kevin Fiala, former Minnesota Wildman, put this back around the inboards. And the LA Kings will try to take this one left or right in the second period, especially when they get started. As this is off a stick, and the puck flies up in the air, and I'll play 18:55 up to go in this second. So Anze Kopitar, his 18th year, leads team in scoring for 15 seasons of the 18 years, second most all-time with one team. Only Gordie Howe of the Detroit Red Wings had 17 seasons where he led his team in scoring. That's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Again, we said that alongside with Drew Doughty as well. Even for Viktor Hedman on the defensive side for the Tampa Bay Lightning, but a lot of those. Nikita Kucherov, Steven Stamkos, Andrei Vasilevsky, Jonathan Quick now moved on to another team, went from Vegas to the New York Rangers. But a lot of these players that we've seen to this team that are household names are all first ballot. Alex Ballard-Belay, spin, turn off a cutback, and that one a bit too far for Nick Paul, as he got a stick in the lane out in front. It denied a slot shot. Ballard-Belay gets the steal, though. And we'll try to bounce this one. And a little bit too far there for Mikey Esamon, as this is recollected for the LA Kings. It's sticked away and across the red one up the attempted dump in. And we'll see what happens now for the rest of Martinson Lilberg, third line side out there with Nick Perdix. So this will be Lilberg. Have this one now for Alex Ballard-Belay. Off the drop, Connor Sheary. Good looking shot to shoot. It's always near the left side dot. Inside the dots, you want to let it go. There was nobody in his face. And it was stopped for Cam Talbot, who saw it all the way. 18:02 left to go in the middle frame. As we get a little commercial half and half, but we're still live as we're looking at some of the players on the bench right now. Tampa Bay jerseys, I like those. For the LA Kings, I like the redesign as well over the last couple of years. Cam Talbot, his second All-Star appearance, 14-9-3, 214 goals against, 924 save percentage. Those are stellar numbers. PLD, going to go ahead and try to take this draw. He can't win it clean. And now it's an opportunity off the deflection. LA Kings will block it as they'll flip this one across the red line now. Bounced off the referee who got in the way. Here's a wrist shot swollen up by the Big Cat. A little bit of a trip after the play as the LA Kings took a shot in, but I don't think the refs are going to call that. The Toronto Maple Leafs have taken a 3-0 lead now over the San Jose Sharks. That was one of the reasons why we didn't cover that game. Again, I do like watching the Maple Leafs a little bit, but when you play against these teams that you should beat and you get a big-time outcome, as you think they will right now, unless it turns out to be like the Columbus Blue Jackets where they come all the way back to tie, I try to pick games that everyone's going to want to watch and have the big-time matchups, so we have something to talk about. Here's an offensive zone draw, but it's won by the Tampa Bay Lightning in the defensive end, as this is recollected for Tyler Mott. Go ahead and flipped in now for Luke Glendening, as he's canceled off a couple hits there in Radish. It's been back around the boards here for Lilberg. Perbix, drop it here for Mott, who's occupying his defensive side near the right point. Perbix is spelled all the way in near the left side red line. He's still off the backhand with this puck, but I don't think it's dispossessed. Kaliev, he's trying to get through a couple stick lifts as the LA Kings having trouble with this thing in their own end right now. Perbix off of a pickup. He has it near the right side wall. Tampa has the puck possession. Gunstrom trying to join in and support. It's off his skate near the right side red line. PLD off a couple of stick chops. He will find it. Trevor Lewis will just send it in. To the left side red line. Gunstrom. Slop shot this thing around the inboards here for Hedman. Hedman now will settle it down right to left. Tampa has it. Will gain the red line. Pass it in ahead for Brayden Point. Bounces off a point. He picks it back up. 16:35 left to go in the scoreless game so far. We're getting through the second period right now. Kempe off his backhand, works his forehand. Here's a centering pass. Try to find Kopitar, but he overskated it. This bounces off the right side inboards. Kopitar off the half spin. Adrian Kempe trying to join in as it's Darren Radish. Good dispossessed. Kempe extra pass. Kopitar off the half spin left. He sets it up for the 1T for his defense for Gavrikov. That one gets blocked before it ever hit the big cat. And now the Kings will go ahead and get this near the right side boards. Quinton Byfield, again the third-year player here, former second overall pick of a couple seasons ago. It was Alexei Lafreniere and then Byfield. Stamkos, he could shoot all day. And he missed the net near the left side post. He was near the left dot. That's not something you see him miss there. Nobody picked him up. As this is Stamkos, good touch pass, Point. Send this one Kucherov, try to no-touch it between his legs. Kuch, pick it up now. Spattles through a couple players across the boards, falls down, and this still stays with Tampa somehow. As they'll flip it in. The fans are up in arms because they saw Kucherov take a nosedive. They're not going to get the call that they want as this one's sent in. And across the red line, only one penalty call across the board right now. This is a centering pass up in front of the blue paint. And this is Fiala who lost it. As this is Sheary. Get this now near the right side boards for Doughty. Doughty, he gets dispossessed. Paul was there. Calvin DeHaan. Cross pass to his defensive partner as it's dumped in deep for Nicholas Paul. Paul will touch for DeHaan. Here's severe angle. Shot gets blocked. Tampa's still with us now behind the cage. They'll go ahead and find an entry here. Here's a touch for Sheary. As this is put around the inboards now, Sheary will try to get it into the left side red line. Paul trying to turn and find it. He gets a dispossessed Kalia. Stick broke for Belay. He's going to need some new firewood. He kicks it in. He gets a stick at the same time. Tampa trying to keep it alive now. Good work there for Alex. He'll get it. Here's a shot. Eastwood rebound. And this one goes wide. That would have been a wild sequence for the Bolts. That would have been all set up by Belay. Here's a long flip. Massey will go ahead and touch it back as this is an opportunity for Little Bird. Here's a stretch. Viktor Hedman. Hagel between his legs. Eastwood off the half turn. It's Cirelli. He loses it. Now we'll see if there'll be an odd man rush. It's a late arriving 2-on-2. LA Kings. Sauce pass right down the middle. Intercepted beautifully by Hagel. Hagel outstretched. Cirelli shoots off the left side pad of Cam Talbot. As this is Fiala. He'll pick it up now. Cirelli took a spill. Gets back to his feet. Your left side red line now. Good touch pass for the LA Kings. Try to get this out of the defensive zone. Tampa will force it in. Michael Eastwood forces it in. And now Doughty off the back pass. This will be an opportunity here for Phillip Danault. He's in his own end. He's no stranger to a 200-foot game being a centerman. There's a long outstretched pass that found everybody. He stayed on side, but in the middle of change. So LA Kings will take it. Viktor Hedman will go ahead and recollect here for Brayden Point. Brayden Point will send this one across as this one gets flipped in. Steven Stamkos go ahead and give a chase as Gavrikov going to take a look. Matt Roy also there as well. The first and second line defense is mixed for Todd McLellan's squad as we've got no stoppages here. Till an offsides. 12:57 left to go in the second. We're still scoreless, with Tampa having a couple good rushes down the ice, still waiting for the game's first goal.
Okay, when you turn around, you're going to see some more. Let's imagine that LL Cool J has a bubble around him.
Why are Kings the favorite in this game, says Ronald. Now, the reason I'll throw this out to you on that side, let me make sure that I go ahead and reopen my windows for the scores so I can give you my answer. We'll make sure I don't lose anything. The reason why you think the Kings might be the favorite after going 0-3-2 is because of their road record, Ronald, on that side. They're 13-3-1 away from home on that side of Crypto.com Arena. Tampa is 11-5-3 at home. Again, that's not too bad. They're 8-12-2 on the road. They're -9 in goals for on that side as far as their goals differential. But the LA Kings are a +31, so it's a good defensive unit. Cam Talbot's playing great, and they have a great road record. That's why I feel like they should be considered to be a favorite, although marginally, because we know that the Tampa Bay Lightning can continue to provide the offensive support, especially when you got Kucherov, Stamkos, and Point. That's just me. But the LA Kings are 0-3-2 in their last 5, and they're just starting a 5-game road stand. So this is going to be very important for them to get it done.
So especially when you're in and out of the lineup like Alex Barre-Boulet, and he had a heck of a shift. It was smart stuff. Now, Nick Paul set him up for the one-timer, and his stick just explodes. So he's headed to the bench at half speed, but then he realizes what's happening. He steps on the gas, does a heck of a job there to keep that in. And what it led to was good forecheck again, nice job along the wall, and Mikey Eastmar ends up getting a really good scoring chance because of it. So being aware of what's going on there, hustle.
Pull back up our lineups here, and we're going to get settled as we're getting close to the halfway point of regulation. We still haven't have a goal just yet. So neutral zone face-up upcoming. You have the Hagel line. Cirelli gets brushed out of the draw. 12:57 officially left to go in the second. The shots on goal are 15-9. We're still scoreless. Scoring chances officially are 10-7 for the Bolts. As it's Calvin DeHaan who will be able to send this one across to his defensive partner. As it's Hagel. This gets overskated here. Hagel will get the dispossess off the Lafayette. As this is Hagel trying to make a play between his legs on his knees. And this is Quinton Byfield. He was skating there for about 6 seconds, just keeping the puck in deep of the LA Kings end. So that was pretty impressive. Cirelli now near the left side wall as this is Gavrikov. We'll get this the other way. Toronto. It was scoreless for a moment, but now it's 4-0 against the Sharks. The Kraken have taken a 3-2 lead. We'll give you all the scoring resets when we get to the end of the second period. Chernak. He makes his debut back from 4 days of injury, as it's DeHaan. We'll go ahead and chip this in across the glass. This will be a race. Hagel's had a long shift. I don't know how he's still out there. Still with it now off the backhand. It's Nikita Kucherov. There will be a puck pickup near the left side dot off the half spin as it's Paul. Kucherov put this around the inboards here. Calvin DeHaan off the pinch. DeHaan. Steven Stamkos near the left side dot. Here's a sauce pass Point. Now DeHaan. Turn and spin. Kucherov. He gets blocked. Viktor Hedman top lines all the way out there now. Kucherov try to find Stamkos. Easily read for the LA Kings as they'll get it here for Kevin Fiala. Darren Radish. He can't locate the puck as the LA Kings will take it D to D, but it takes an inadvertent bounce off of Mikey Anderson and goes out of place. That'll be a break for the Bolts as they'll stop the puck possession for the Kings. So Tampa, their next game will be against Luke Hughes, Jack Hughes, and everybody else in the New Jersey Devils. Tyler Toffoli and more. Again, that will be Thursday at 6:30 Eastern. I will not be covering that one. I'll be with Alec Nava. We'll be working with the Seattle Kraken and the Washington Capitals on Thursday. I think the Saturday assignment will be the Vegas Golden Knights and Calgary Flames. I'll reconnect with Cooper Hopkins if he can make his way back from Energy Stadium and have some energy left, as this is an opportunity for Lilleberg to get this one up ahead. Finisher check is Luke Glendening, trying to get around Spence, as this is near the right sideboards. Off the half spin, Lilleberg will be able to keep this one in. Glendening now pinched in near the left side red line, as this is Spence now. This bounces in between his stick. Trevor Lewis, third line side. He's got a good shot to look at. Vasilevsky slides all the way over from right to left post. And he had none of it. He was as quick as a cat, like his moniker name on that side. And he holds it and it makes the save. So it was right to left and then left to right. Lewis, sauce pass. It took a bounce. It was a good defensive play there from Mott to break up essentially a long sauce pass. It went off the stick of Mott. Vasilevsky slid all the way over from right to left post and made the save. 10:44 left to go in the second. Again, they get a little congratulations there for Tyler Mott, as they should. He made a great defensive play right there. Shots on goal are now 15-10 in favor of the Bolts. Still waiting for the game's first goal. As this is Stamkos, and off the draw he wins it, but this belongs to the Kings now. As this is spun around for Darren Radish. Viktor Hedman can't locate it. He's wrestled near the right side boards. Here's a slapper, and this one's held. Tried to be played quickly here for Vasi, but they blew the play dead. 10:31 left to go in the second. Again, Vasilevsky, they mentioned it with Brian Engblom on that side. The numbers for Vasi coming off the injury, but for the rest of his goaltenders, not very good. He's at 301. All the other goaltenders with Jonas Johansson and Moore are at 350 on that side as far as goals against. Off the slap shot, Vasilevsky makes the save. Again, they've updated it live as far as the saves to put them underneath 3 to make it look better. But going into it, it was at 301. And you know, for Vasilevsky, they can be better. And Tampa's going to need that on that side because of the pieces that they've lost over the last 3 years, trying to go for 3 straight cup runs. Again, that just doesn't happen over the last 5 years without losing a lot of pieces. So they're going to need Vasilevsky to be at his very best that he can be. Defensive zone face-off win. One by the Bolts. And Darren Radish will get this here for Brayden Point. Point will chip it ahead. As this goes near the right side board, Stamkos will go ahead and take a skate at it. Darren Radish still stays with his man off the half spin, but it's Adrian Kempe now as this is spun back around. And now the LA Kings want to recollect this in their own end. As it's Kopitar, we'll go ahead and find it. Kopitar, Kempe, and it's a little bit too far. Gunstrom as well. Stamkos, leave it here for Viktor Hedman. Hedman off the drop. It's a good one for Kucherov. Extra pass. Middle of the slot, trying to find a deflection for Kucherov in a wide open net. But Cam Talbot didn't even have to make the save. 28 goals and 39 assists in 41 games for Kuch on that side. He is ridiculous. This will be off the drop. Kevin Fiala absorbs a huge hit from Chernak. Off the backhand, it's Moore. It's stopped by the big cat as Vasilevsky will watch us go back to the defensive side for Calvin DeHaan. Connor Sheary, former cap, will get this one. Off the touch, Sheary now gets dispossessed, loses the puck, and overskates it. As this is dropped off the inboards here, DeHaan will go ahead and pick this one up across the red leg. Chernak will fire it in. As it's Kevin Fiala for Pierre Belay. Moore will spin and turn, pick this one up off his backhand. Got to be careful not to give right to Tampa in the middle of the circles. Here's a turnaround shot. Talbot's got to get back in the goal crease. As this is an opportunity now for Doughty. He loses the puck. And now this is a centering pass. It gets picked off. Trevor Moore for Fiala. 8:35 left to go in the second. Here's a drop pass for Trevor. There's a back pass. It's a clever one. Spence. Here's a riding pass, and it goes in. It bounces off a couple bodies, and I think Phillip Danault is going to pick up this goal for the LA Kings. Good work there for Spence. Again, the third line defense is going to be able to drive this one near the right circle and keep it alive on his forehand and stay patient. When he shovels a pass, it's Fiala maybe or Danault. Let me take a look at it one more time if they show it. So Spence has it. Here's a pass near the right side red line. And I think Danault just beat everybody to the puck. There was a pile for Paul, Mott, everyone else. Danault, he finishes it low in the bottom of the left mesh and in. So Phillip Danault finds it amongst the pile and gives the Kings the lead. They get the first goal of the game, the 8th goal of the season for Phillip. So Vasi has it now. This bounces off a body. Kempe able to keep it in. Spence still back out there now. The LA Kings get puck possession again after the turnover from Vasilevsky. As this bounces up in the air, Tyler Mott will go ahead and recollect. As Jon Cooper and Todd McLellan kept the same lines out there. Tyler Mott. Off the pocket pick, it's Mott. Near the right side dot, gets through a couple hits. Glendening trying to go ahead and find it now. We finally got the game's first goal. It's Phillip Danault. Tyler Mott is hurt. Near the right side boards, here's Dubois. Half spin. Diving play by Radish. He lost his stick, but he made sure the Kings didn't get a puck possession and opportunity, but they've iced it. 7:39 left to go in the second. We'll take a look when we come back and see if Tyler Mott's okay, but inner side of the thigh. He's hurt pretty good. Maybe he took a shot block and a slash there for Gunstrom. Yes, he did. And I think we're going to go to break right now, though, with about 7:39 left to go in the first. Maybe not, though. I'm going to stick here right with you. Look like we were as they cut this score chyron. We'll get a defensive zone draw nonetheless for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Here's a one-timer, Gavrikov. This one gets blocked up in the air. Bolts try to get it out now. Kaliev will go ahead and get the puck possession for a moment for Blake Lizotte. Lizotte. This is a one-timer, stopped by the 5-hole of Vasilevsky. Sent down the end boards now. Vladislav Gavrikov will go ahead and win this chase. 7:15 left to go in the second. Phillip Danault has got the first goal of the game right now, and it happened in the second period just a couple minutes ago. Michael Easemont loses it. A little too far for Hedman. Here's an opportunity. Kaliev, stutter step, shoots it off the outside of the cage. A little bit of a drag. Kaliev now off the side of the net again. And Gavrikov will go ahead and pick this one up. A 4-game goal streak against Tampa for Danault. And this is swallowed up by Vasilevsky as we get a little bit of a scrum here in front of the net. Blake Lizotte, Cirelli. Looks like we have Kaliev as well. They're not going to helmet out of the hand of one of the players. LaFerriere also trying to get in the mix. We'll take our break now, officially. 6:50 left to go in the second. LA Kings now up front.
NHL's premier esports event is back with the EA Sports NHL 24 World Championship. Rep your favorite club and play EA Sports NHL 24 and compete for a share of $150K. Register now at NHL.com/NHL24.
What even is this? Don't touch my Pheonix road, Dennis. When you bundle your home or renters with your auto, Progressive provides 24/7 protection for almost everything you own. But you really need it. It's from a snap place. And dog chase down the foot syndrome. That's when Tuesday Jelly. Process is for other dog oxygen therapy. Can't live without us. Solid road coffee and lake with your head. Really? Can Progressive cover that too? Yes, but I'm saying it's okay. I'm going to listen to you right now.
Your next night spontaneously. We make a cookie. Bounty versus the family dishcloth. Drying with a fresh sheet of Bounty leaves your hands cleaner than a used dishcloth that can carry and redistribute food residue. So ditch the dishcloth for better hand action. Bounty, quicker, better.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. Let's create yours with a built Ford town truck, Ford F-150. With the convenience of available Ford Blue Cruise, it's hands-free highway driving that has earned Consumer Reports' top-rated active driving assistance system.
Live sports.
Papers for their respective teams. Subject of tonight's jackpot brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Yeah, Kucherov has a lot more attempts than Adrian Kempe. Kuch has been on a mission this year, shooting the puck from everywhere. 345 attempts to 228, and the shots on goal. Kuch has been shooting from everywhere. His spin-around shots, sure, a lot get blocked. But the fact that he has been shooting so much, Kempe is a little more selective. Kempe's a little more...
So they're showing shot attempts. Nikita Kucherov, 345 attempts, 185 shots have hit. And on the other side for Kempe, both of those are the respective snipers for their teams right now. But Kucherov has really fired the puck whenever he's made plays. That's helping him a lot of points. Clearing attempt has failed for the Bolts in the defensive end as we get a little bit of a goalie cam for Vasilevsky, but now it's Steven Stamkos here for Point. Dropped here for Hedman, and this one will get saved. This will be picked up by Talbot, and now the LA Kings will try to take this one left to right again. They're enjoying a 1-0 lead courtesy of Phillip Danault in this second period as we got about 6:20 left to go in the middle frame. That's not like all we got so far. Shots on goal are 16-14. The numbers have been down. It's been a good defensive battle for both squads right now. And that's what you want to see for two teams that want to make the playoffs. Again, the Kings are in a better spot at the moment, although they're 0-3-2 in their last 5. But their road record, again, has been phenomenal, and they're starting a 5-game road stand tonight with the one we're covering right now. 5:55 left to go. Calvin DeHaan will send this one here for Nikita Kucherov off the give back. And it's DeHaan. Over here for Kucherov on the left side, down on his forehand. Trying to windmill. We'll get this one here for Nicholas Paul. Spun this back around the inboards. This will be recollected here for the LA Kings. Off the drop, it's Moore. Fiala fakes the slap pass. Right in the middle, circles, bar, down, and in. What a shot there for the LA Kings. All set up there by Fiala off the drop pass. That is a gorgeous goal. And the LA Kings take a 2-0 lead. That definitely brought a smile to my face. What a play there for the LA Kings. They forced the steal in their own end. Off to the races. It's an opportunity. Trevor Moore, here's a sauce. Matt Roy, bar down and in off the wrist shot. It is Moore, Fiala, and Roy with the points as it's 2-0 Kings. That is a fantastic goal. Perfect defense, turns into offense, drop pass, bar down wrister from the defenseman, Matt Roy. That is picturesque, a little chef's kiss, if you will. 5:30 left to go in the second. That is a pretty goal. His second of the season for Matt Roy. Spun around the inboards now as the Kings have taken control of this second period. And now the Tampa Bay Lightning are going to need to answer Mott. As this is picked up now, Glendening near the left side wall. Glendening, Watson now out there. Trevor Moore off the drop. Again for Trevor Moore, I mean, I kind of wish that Alex Iafallo and Gabe Vigliardi were still here. Here's another wrist shot. Again, I understand he got PLD, but I really like the team the way it was with all the other depth across the board. Matt Roy with the second of the season, and then that was as nice as it gets. It's an opportunity now for Hedman as it goes in on the left side. A little bit too far for Glendening. 4:40 left to go in this second. As this is wrapped around the inboards, Dubois. He gets momentarily knocked down. Kempe trying to keep it alive, but it's Cirelli trying to be able to stay on sides as the rest of the Lightning shot. Cirelli puts it off the outside of the cage. 4:25 left to go in this second. Here's a spin for Hagel. Off the inboards, we go back to D. Chernak into the traffic, and it falls to Talbot off to Karam. He'll hold on. Cirelli a little bit of pushing and shoving as well. Don't think anything is going to come of this as we go to break.
What? $750. With that kind of money, we could play south. Except we're not migrate. No, I'm talking actually fly. Relax. Maybe put a couple of alcohol, and I won't forget the little birds out there. Actually, yes, I will. Wow, money changed. Just keep it real. See, people still say that.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. Just spend on whatever you dream of.
I like a burger, Green. Hold on, please. I don't know you can take those out until it's spread. When it gets cold, you'll come. Yeah, now I'm here with the elders. You know, I never really got into all that cold weather stuff. Really, Green? Always saving the cold teams. Especially the playoffs. The great ones tough it out. Regardless of who like it. Sure, that one wins. It's 48 degrees. Yeah, the Rangers are looking on that lately. We're 30 miles from the lake.
Bounty versus the family dishcloth. Dry with a fresh sheet of Bounty leaves your hands cleaner than a used dishcloth that can carry and redistribute food residue. So ditch the dishcloth for better hand hygiene. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Team, it's been a ride, but I've known it now as a head coach. It's his 16th year. All of them in the West. And the Western teams, they have to cover some ground. They are in a 6-game road trip. You don't get many 6-game trips. And here's the path that they have to take. They are all over the place. When you play in Los Angeles and you're on the West Coast, you get some crazy trips, and this is certainly one of them for the Los Angeles game. You feel like if you get off to a bad start, it becomes just survival. But at this point, they've had a good season. And then they have to clean up what they've done at home, which is not the best winning percentage at home, but overall, the road points leaders, yeah, they are number one. And you can see why. They play a conservative game.
So the LA Kings, again, we talk about the L3-2 in the last 5, but there was 794 points percentage on the road, which is still NHL's best. And they're up 2-0 now, courtesy of the Matt Roy goal that was just scored. Phillip Danault also in this period as Talbot falls down. The whistle was blown, and now Byfield getting out blows, and now there's a couple of tackles down there as well for both of these teams. Michael Esaman getting worked over. Things getting really testy. The puck went in well after the whistle was blown. And there were some tackles here. Quinton Byfield down, Anthony Cirelli down, as things get a little physical here at the 4:05 mark.
There goes the goaltender. He sits on it, but is it free? It is. Look at Cirelli. Cirelli's looking right down between his pads. And for Cirelli's mind, rightfully so, that's a loose puck. But if you're the referees and you're standing in the corner, you're not going to see that the puck is loose in between the goaltender's pads. That was a really good look, that last look. And Cirelli's able to pop it up and in, and for his trouble, he gets knocked in the head a couple of times, and everybody started throwing him after the fact.
So I wanted to make sure that I got the names, and as far as the temper little scrum. So Kopitar and Cirelli are in the middle of the battle. Cirelli puts the puck in over the net. Are we actually going to get a goal, or are they going to, because the whistle was blown dead before that? So Cirelli, they are going to count this one. He was able to get it after the whistle there and flip it in over Talbot. So I think they were going to review it, but right now they've listed it as a goal. Cirelli did finish it after the big-time rebound, and then we had a little bit of a WWE scrum. So Cirelli scores, and I think Cirelli's going to the box. I think that's what we're going to have right now. But they're going to go ahead and take a look at the tablets and try to discern anything that's going on at 4:05. We'll have to go in this second. So a wild sequence as we just come back into the break. There was a shot that was cleared in from the point. Let's see how it happened here. So Calvin DeHaan has got this. He shovels it toward the net up the back pass. Cirelli scores, puts it in over Cam Talbot, and then all of a sudden, after that, after a couple late hits, Cirelli celebrates, puts his hands in the air because he knows he scored. And then on the other side, Kempe getting a little physical with Cirelli and the rest of the bolts that are in the crease. And then Kopitar, he gets caught up. Esaman is caught up in the rush. Byfield trying to throw some punches on the back of the head of Cirelli and DeHaan as things got really physical on this side at the end of that goal. So right now I see Anthony Cirelli, number 71 in the box. So we have a good goal. Cirelli's goal will count, the 9th of the season right now. Todd McLellan is motioning the referees to come over at this point. 4:05 as he's getting a little bit of a single finger on that side, telling them to come over. And now he's probably going to give the referee a piece of his mind. Again, he doesn't look too animated at this point, but he just wants to be able to get the clarification. That's what the players are looking for right now. Cirelli is getting a little bit of that biofreeze, biosteel on that side. As he's going to sit in the box, I think, for the 2 minutes. So right now, again, for what Todd McLellan was looking, he wanted to make sure that he saw the same thing that the refs are looking at. And so now there will be a challenge here for Todd McLellan's squad. So this could be big because if this doesn't work, then this will be a penalty against the LA Kings, and this will go to a 4-on-4. So Todd McLellan's going to challenge this. Again, the whistle was blown before the puck went in. So Cirelli, does he get goaltender interference there in Cam Talbot? He hits the back of the left leg. He hits the front of the leg. And maybe that's what Todd McLellan is challenging on that side. Because Cam Talbot wasn't afforded the opportunity to make the save. Again, he's trying to slide over as the puck is underneath him. And then Cirelli puts it in as Cam Talbot's doing the snow angel. But it does hit the side of his skates on that side. Was he pushed in by Anze Kopitar is the question. I think this could be off of the outstretch for me, just first blush, tough to overturn. But I think, honestly, the refs, with the whistle being blown before Cirelli put it in the net, they overturned it themselves and ruled it to be a goal. Can they overturn it one more time and put it back to the initial thought where there wasn't? That's the question. A little bit complicated on this point. And at 4:05 left to go in the second, this is a big challenge here for the Los Angeles Kings because they would have a penalty here, power play here, excuse me, with Cirelli in the box. But now this could be a 4-on-4. So you could take this a 2-0 as the score line, or you could take it a 2-1 with a power play. Because if he gets it wrong, that's 2-1 with a 4-on-4, and it has some big implications here. So complicated situation that we find ourselves in here right now with 4:05 left to go in the second. This will be something that is not easy to overturn here, as we are taking a long time to look at this thing right now. So you can't push the goaltender over the line. I know it's a Brian England's thrown out there right now. Looks like we might be getting our verdict. What's the call? So no goal. They are overturning it. So Todd McLellan wins his challenge. Anthony Cirelli still in the box. And the LA Kings still have a 2-0 lead. I was wondering if this was going to be this way just because the whistle was blown before the puck went in. And again, for Cirelli, he's got a piece of his left skate that hits Cam Talbot. And then again, as he's tied up there with Anze Kopitar. So King's penalty, roughing Adrian Kempe. Maybe this is going to be a 4-on-4 offsetting nonetheless. I do still see Cirelli in the box, but they're showing Adrian Kempe. They're just showing Cirelli right now. So offsetting penalties here, the 4:05 and the score line still stays the same. So we'll go ahead and get our updated notes once we get another stoppage. So Stamkos will take this. In the neutral zone, it's 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. A lot of chorus of boos from the Bolts fans, and I think I can understand why. 3:55 left to go in the second. As this is a good rush, really a timeout for both of these squads to be able to get their top lines back out there if they wish. As it's Phillip Danault. We'll put this back around the end boards. Stamkos was lines back out there. It's Hagel. Here's a touch pass. Lilleberg. Stamkos. He tries to stuff it in past Talbot near the right side of the crease. He gets denied. Players come together on this 4-on-4. We got about $1:20 left to go in it. 3:25 left to go in the second. John, on your play-by-play man, is it's a 2-0 lead for LA. Both goals in the second period. Spence will send it across. As it goes too far for Trevor Moore, Viktor Hedman lost it. As this is backed up off the backhand by Danault. Slowly whistled around. Matt Roy will go ahead and dump it in. Vasilevsky will slow it down for Viktor Hedman. Hedman now trying to get a little race as he sends this one cross ice and across the red line now. Brayden Point. Point off the half spin. He'll turn, leave it here for Viktor Hedman. Here's a touch pass for Brayden Point. Good stick lift by the LA Kings to get any puck dispossession there. As it's Fiala off his drop. Again, he was the partial drop there that set up Matt Roy with the primary. That was a beautiful second goal of the game so far. As it's Viktor. Can't get it deep. And this one is picked back up by Bolts. So this will be Darren Radish. Go ahead and send this one in as Connor Sheary. Go ahead and take the line change over the third line for Jon Cooper's squad. PLD, as of now, will send in nicely left to right. As it's an opportunity here for Roy. A little bit too far for Kempe as Kempe now trying to get into the right side wall. Here are the Bolts. It's a 2-on-1. Sheary is the trailer. Perbix gets dispossessed and then he gets sandwiched near the left side boards. Paul trying to go ahead and find it as there's a pin. And now this will be sent back around for Vladislav Gavrikov. Spun in by Lewis. And now all the way back down for Kelvin DeHaan. DeHaan will settle the puck down. Is able to get it here for Eric Chernak. Second line for Cooper's squad. Here's a pass right through the middle for Paul. This one gets dispossessed. Here's an opportunity for Lilleberg. This one goes too high, as this is sent around the end boards here. Kings will successfully get this one down the ice. Lilleberg gets back on his horse off the drop. This goes in between a couple different players. A little bit too far for Hagel. Off the touch, as this is recollected across the red line here. Tampa will recollect. Here's Cirelli, fresh out of the box. Anthony Cirelli now falls down, trying to make a play near the left side dot as we got a minute left to go here in this second. The LA Kings have the only goals of the games. They got 2 of them. Hagel just missed the left side post off a bad steal in the middle of the slot. Jumping play. Can't knock it down as it's Darren Radish for Lilleberg. Radish getting double shifted here. Lilleberg able to get this one across the boards for Anthony Cirelli, who chips it in across the red line. Settle back down for Cam Talbot. Here's a good stretch pass from 120 feet for Alex Laferriere as it's Kucherov. Kucherov now. Point joining in. A good back check for the LA Kings to knock that puck away for Kevin Fiala. Fiala near the left side boards off the drop. And they'll send it in deep. Fiala gets dispossessed. And now the Bolts off a long stretch from 60. Get the entry of the right wing, Kucherov. They'll drop it. Stamkos hit in the face. And now Tampa gets their first power play officially of the game. 9 seconds left to go in the second. So the Bolts, if they don't score, they will have carryover time going into the third, and they can make this a 1-goal game. High sticking call is a minor, as Danault is going to get sent to the sin bin. So Danault tries to find it. He hit him right on the top of the head, more so than the face on the top of the helmet. So at least Stamkos, he's not going to be cut, but he gets hit on the top of the dome. So 9 seconds left to go in the period. Danault going to go to the box for high sticking. Again, he couldn't keep it on the ice after trying to knock it down. Paul and Kopitar, you think you get the advantage for Kopi here on this side, as this is off of a lift. This goes to Hedman, down to 5 seconds. What can the White Bolts do? Send it through the blue paint. Kings got it, and it'll run out of time in the second period. Bolts still turned away after 2 periods, but the Kings scored twice after 2. 2-0 LA.
Danault with one of the goals, and Matt Roy with the other. Both of them coming in this second period. 2-0 LA after 40. Here again is Paul Kennedy and Adam Hall.
And those 2 goals come in a short span of just 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Jon Cooper earlier today lamenting the fact that Tampa Bay has, to this rougher patch, 57 minutes of good hockey in those 3 minutes that we just saw of regrettable play.
Yeah, I think that's really what the key to this game is, right? The consistency that we talked about, especially in the pregame show, where they're playing well, they're generating shots, generating chances throughout the first period and second period, and then they gotta have that little bit of a letdown, just a couple, not lifting sticks or taking that coverage in front of the net, and just allows a quick shot. That's goal number 1, and then allowing the King player to walk into this lot of contested, makes a great shot mark now on Vasilevsky, and then you find yourself in a 2-0 hole. So just short up defensively, and then again, continue to put your pressure on offensively.
Well, ahead as we open the third, will be that constant matchup, the great home ice power play against the top penalty kill. We will discuss that with Darren Radish just ahead in our second intermission. We'll have the highlights of both goals and more for you. Honda, Amateur Report.
So let's get the shots on goal totals here for the second.
Signed by the 1948 All-Star team. So I called it specialist. And he's specialist. Okay. Let's start with what we're doing now.
Hits 25-18 for the Kings. Face-offs 17-13 for the Bolts.
Shivery Timbo. Did he ever tell you the inner tube water polo story?
Yes, I've heard that a lot this weekend.
Hey, Shivery Timbo, you got married? Here's the invite. You got crushed it ready to go.
Are you betting against the home team at the home today? They are so soft against the run.
And their secondary's trash. Just remember to ask that in the news. Well, you're ready to run. You don't get the wins from losing.
I'll be right back, and then we will get into the third.
athletes count and play. Step outside. Reflect on everywhere you've been and feel the true warmth of winter in pure Michigan.
Red Bull gives you wings. The new Red Bull Sea Blue Edition with the taste of Juneberry. Wings for every taste.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? That's it. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot.
Knowing where you live doesn't control what you watch. It's always seeing your team in action. Knowing you have access to 50 exclusive NHL games is knowing your plans for the next 6 months. To know hockey is to love hockey, and to love hockey is to have ESPN+. The NHL on ESPN+. Knowing where the season's biggest events can be seen is knowing you'll never miss one. Knowing where you live doesn't control what you watch. It's always seeing your team in action. Knowing you have access to 50 exclusive NHL games, it's knowing your plans for the next 6 months. To know hockey is to love hockey, and to love hockey is to have ESPN+. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools.
Welcome back to LA Arena and to our Hyundai Intermission Report. Phillip Danault and defenseman Matt Boyle have the 2 goals thus far for LA. And the initial 2024 NHL All-Star roster has been revealed, and there are still 12 roster spots available for your All-Star fan vote. Vote now to help send your favorite vote to join Nikita Kucherov in Toronto. Voting ends January 11th. That's this Thursday. So log on to NHL.com/vote. Cast your vote right now and make sure you include Viktor, the top 2-way defenseman in the Eastern Conference. His defensive pair tonight is Darren Radish, and he is standing by right now with Danny Sherman.
Thank you, Darren. Back-to-back goals against in about 3 minutes. What is being talked about on the bench after those 2 goals by the Kings?
I think we just gotta respond to, by playing simple, and I think there was a couple of odd man rushes there. I think it was, and they capitalized on that. So we gotta make sure we're not doing that in the third period and get back to our game.
You guys continue to push. That goal by Cirelli was taken off the board, but now you have the power play. Do you feel you have the momentum going into the third period?
Yeah, I think so. When our power plays up there, they can do special things. So, hopefully we can get one at the start of this third period, and we can go from there.
Thank you so much, and good luck in the third. I'll send it back to you.
All right, it's going to be a tall task, Gabby. LA in 18 games undefeated in regulation, leading after 2. The Bolts and the Kings and the running visit to the Bay. Highlights in a moment on Bally Sports.
Uh-oh. It's the Southeast Mini Golf Mixer Jam.
Anything cool this weekend?
Or I just stayed in. That's cool. Yeah.
Cleveland or South Beach. Be the real you. This difficulty demands an ease specialist.
Yeah, that's Geico makes it easy to get coverage for what you care about. Cars, jewelry, going in.
It's easy to Geico. We've been living it since day one. On the beach. Candy in the streets. Villains. Beauty. Truth. The thrill of every week. The devastation of every loss. Nothing can back. All for the love of soccer.
When you take a chance with Red Rivers football squares, you have a chance to win up to $10,000 in bonus money instantly. Just place a qualifying same-game parlay bet, and you'll get another chance to win with a square at no extra cost. If the last digit of both team scores match yours, you win. So take a chance and get a chance with Red Rivers football squares and win up to $10,000 in bonus money. Red River Squares.
Take a chance.
Red Bull Juice. The new Red Bull Sea Blue Edition with the taste of Juneberry. Wings for every taste.
The Home Depot's lowest bath prices of the year are here. Shop online and save on our wide selection of on-trend styles. Find all the final touches, and with free delivery, get everything you need when you need it. Your dream bathroom doesn't have to wait at HomeDepot.com.
The competition's never been better. The stars have never been brighter.
Deja Kelly.
Oh, that was free.
Any more match?
Some ruin tonight because there's no stopping us now.
This is just spectacular.
That's our movie. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
Live sports.
ESO's Hyundai dealers. And by mid-Florida, Florida's community credit union. The intensity of the National Hockey League, LA leading by 2. Leading the way off for a standing military salute presented by West Shore Home to United States Army Colonel Tom Hannington, who served 2 combat deployments in support of operations enduring freedom and Iraqi freedom. He served in various leadership roles, including the commander of the 53rd Brigade Combat Support Battalion. While in Afghanistan, he was an embedded trainer with the Afghan Army, and among his many honors, he's recipient of the Combat Action Badge and the Bronze Star from the Oak Leaf Cluster. He has served in America for over 30 years. Lieutenant Colonel Tom Hannington and his family with us tonight, as well as the American Forces Network that joins us this evening. Worldwide by land, sea, and air, welcome inside Amalie Arena. We are so proud and grateful for your service. Paul Kennedy alongside Adam Hall. Adam, this game was basically quiet through the midway portion of the second period, and all of a sudden, in 4 minutes, 2 goals, a disallowed goal, and a couple of bouts on the ice.
Yeah, the game of hockey can change quickly, and that's exactly what happened here. The LA Kings really did a good job taking advantage of that. Really just pushing pucks here. You see the highlights. Trying to get deep inside the Lightning zone and just sending guys to the front of the net with the sticks on the ice. Here you see kick the puck outside. You're going to see the puck, they do a little drop pass. Spence drives wide and just throws it to the top of the crease. They have 2 players there just battling to get a stick on it, and one of them happens to get loose, and just so many bodies in front. Hard to pick up the stick sometimes. And this is something that we see Danault right here. Just gets a stick on the ice here and just taps it in there. You see a bunch of players all around there, but that's, need to get under those sticks, lift sticks, box out, not let those bodies get to the front of the net. So that's what got the LA Kings on the board first.
Roy, the defenseman, did not have a goal in the first 34 games this year for Los Angeles. He now has 2 in his last 3.
Yeah, here he's a great shot. He comes in off the bench, kind of has a gap, and then you see kind of a late rush. And then this is a player who gets the puck across the ice, comes in the high slot, and really uncontested, all alone against Vasilevsky. Doesn't stand much of a chance. He makes a great shot. That's what puts them up 2-0. So really, just a couple of defensive zone, let down Lightning. Here you see again the other way. Lightning started pushing, building up in front of the net, and again they start to get bodies and some of those second, third rebound chances here. Cirelli, again, does a great job. This is what he's known for, going hard to the net. Here, they called it a goal. The puck was loose. He was able to bang it in here. I've never seen this before. They actually called the first original shot a goal on the ice. Here you see some of the rough stuff sticking up where a lot of the Kings didn't like some of the rebound. But when they reviewed it, they actually reversed their call and they called it a no goal. So now Lenny's sitting down 2-0 still under the third.
Anthony Cirelli does not get to go, but he gets to go to the box for 2 minutes. We stayed at 4-on-4 again. Adrian Kempe. Now the Bucks will be on the power play for 1 minute and 51 seconds, though, to start the third. And this is a critical juncture in this matchup with Los Angeles.
Yeah, this is going to be huge. This is what you need. If they expect to come back in this game, it's going to be a great start to the third period where they have the ability to jump on the power play, really gain some momentum for their team, hopefully get a power play goal here and get back in this game quick.
Against the top penalty kill unit in all the National Hockey League. Classic matchup that awaits as we get set to go to the third. Comers is bringing the friendly thirds in the third. Here's the deal. If the Lightning score in the third period, you score 3 Wisconsin cheese curds from Comers with the purchase. Just ahead from downtown Tampa Bay Lightning and our third period action as NHL skates on Bally Sports. Nick Jones lines things up.
The Honda NHL All-Star Game is headed to Toronto, and this year we're changing things up, giving fans the power to vote in more players from their favorite teams than ever before. The first 32 players are in, but the rest is up to you. Vote now on X or go to NHL.com/vote.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not one based on Paul. You don't want to ride with Paul. Or Sarah. Not today anyway. And you don't want to rate based on Ben. He's got some important business to take care of. Why would you pay a rate based on anyone else? With Allstate, you're connected to a rate based on you. Ready for the NFL playoffs?
I was born ready.
Dramatic entrances? Check. Team of Destiny?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. All the heart-pumping playoff action of your dreams? Check, please.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe, developed with dermatologists, contains 3 essential ceramides to replenish ones I've lost and help restore my natural barrier. So I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. We're in this together with CeraVe.
All right, sorry everybody, had to step away for the second intermission for a little bit. I am back. I'll be back here before the start of the third period. So I'm taking a little bit of a break. All right, so we got all the shots and everything squared away. Let me get the notes as far as the goals.
The new Red Bull Seafood Edition with the taste of Jinberry. Wings for every taste.
So you think you're ready for the end?
Those are your goal scorers. In the second period, I put that in the comment box for those that are just joining in.
Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of Destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping stadium jumping acts?
The Kings are 13-3-1 on the road. They won this one. They'll go to 14-3-1. They're enjoying a 2-0 lead. The Kings have come all the way back against the Pistons, as you knew they would. It's 101-97 on the basketball look for the live look in locally. Kraken are up 5-2. They're all over the Sabres. Maple Leafs up 4-1 over the Sharks. Our game is 2-0 going into the third period in favor of the Kings. The Canucks all over the Islanders 3-1. At the end of one, it's 1-1 between the Panthers and the Blues. Ducks up 3-0 on the Predators. Jets have a 1-0 win to the Blue Jackets, just away in the second. And we're 1-1 between the Oilers and the Blackhawks. That one on ESPN Plus and Hulu only. Beginning underway in a matter of about 5 minutes will be the Sens and Flames and the Bruins and the Coyotes.
scoring area. Look at the sticks of the coverage right there. Oh, Nick Paul can't get it. How about that?
So Wednesday, I'm going to have to do a little bit of maintenance. Obviously, I got to shave and clean up and do all that stuff. So Wednesday, I'll take care of all that. Thursday, I'll be back into the broadcast booth. I think joined by Alec Miavas will take on the Seattle Kraken and the Washington Capitals. And then Saturday, I will be back as well, I believe, with Cooper Hopkins, as long as he can make his trip back from Energy Stadium in Houston after watching Washington Huskies and Michigan Wolverines. I'm covering the Flames and the Golden Knights on Saturday. Hopefully he'll be able to join me for that one. Maybe, maybe not, depending on how he's feeling. Maybe I can actually get back home in the midst of travel and all of that stuff. That might not be possible, but the following week, most likely, Cooper Hopkins and I will reconnect. It's been a while for that side. It's been a while for Alec Nava and I as well. We'll reconnect because he's been sick. I was covering the World Juniors, so there was a lot going on over the last couple of weeks, but no Waterford Sharks assignments over the next couple of weeks up until February 17th. So my schedule will probably be at least like 4 out of 7 broadcast days per week. You get a chance to talk to all of you. And as always, if you have any stuff that you want me to cover, I'll be able to jump in on that with ESPN Plus. Anything on the hockey side, at least for certain.
That's the 2-on-1 I'm talking about. But it's got to be Nick Paul who walks out from the side of the net. We'll see if they can get that done.
The Lightning have scored the second most power play goals this season in the NHL. The LA Kings have one of the fewest power play goals against.
So it's going to be big here because the Tampa Bay Lightning get really their first power play of the game. They get to start it at the beginning of this third period. Power play goals, 38 for Tampa, 24 for LA, but the LA Kings have given up the fewest amount on that side, according to Bally Sports' Son and Dave Randorf. As this is Kucherov, his pass is deflected near the right side dot, and this will be settled back down for Viktor Hedman. Hedman now with the cross pass. Able to get this one here for Brayden Point, Kucherov, and picked up by Kempe. And Kempe will clear it all the way down. So Cam Talbot, again, they always say I shouldn't use the jinx and use the shutout word, but Cam Talbot has only had to stop 18 shots right now, and 12 for Vasilevsky out of 14, so his numbers aren't going to continue to get any better as this one goes all the way down. Vasilevsky, again, his goals against is above 3. Same thing for Jonas Johansson and the third backup that they've used as well at the 350 side. So Tampa hasn't gotten the goaltending, and they haven't scored lately. That's a bad combination. And then 0-3-2 was LA coming into this, but their road record has been phenomenal. So the best road team in the league. Cirelli, too far for him off the blue line side, but somehow it stays in. It's Viktor Hedman. Touch pass. Fake the slap shot. Got in the high slot coach near the right circle where he likes to work. Kucherov. Hedman in the high slot. Now he shoots it. Kucherov plays to Karam. It's loose. Good. Right pad saved by Talbot. As this one is cleared down the ice, Cirelli was the one that let it go. This leaves for Vasilevsky. Tampa's power play by the time they enter is going to expire, as this is a drop. And across the red line, Belay gains the entry. Power play expires. This is near a short angle shot. Talbot didn't know where it was for a moment. He had to get back near the right side post, as this is kept in, but it falls to Matt Roy, who scored the second goal of the season for himself and inadvertently gave his team a 2-goal lead, same amount. As this is Pierre-Luc Dubois, touch pass to D. Here's fake the slapper across, sending it through the blue paint. This one goes high, and near the left side boards. Oh, what a tremendous hit against Hagel as his face hit the glass. And this is a penalty against the Kings. We got a great camera cut there from the crew on the Bally Sports Sun side. You saw his left cheek kiss the glass. He got smoked hard, but he is back in the players' benches. He's grimacing near the right side of his cheek as he got lit up by PLD on that one. And that should be a penalty against the LA Kings. And the Bolts will get back-to-back power plays in this third period. A little bit of boarding there. The dangerous one of that, but Hagel is okay. So 17-38 up to go in this third. Stamkos having some words. Checking the head monitor against PLD. So he's going to the box, and Tampa gets back-to-back power plays to start this third period. So the door is just ajar a little bit, Check into the head. PLD goes to the box. And thankfully, Hagel is okay. Smiling now, but man, he did get smoked near the right side of his face. First in the penalty kill are the LA Kings at about 84.7%. Second on the power play is Tampa at 29%. So the best defense against the best offense, pretty much, as this one is sent down the ice. Tampa just had a power play, but they were 0 for 1 with one shot. And now they get another opportunity to go back at it again. Top line's out there. It's Victor Hedman. Hedman, half spin, able to keep it alive. His 6'6" frame. Does this go back down here for Matt Roy? He gets it out, flips it all the way down. Again, the LA Kings are not playing around on this penalty kill right now. They are cleaning this thing right down the ice quickly as soon as they get the puck. Paul, Point, Stamkos, Kucherov, and Hedman already back out there again. As this is bounced up between a couple bodies, and the Kings get this onto the blue line. Fans booing, getting a little bit restless here of the Tampa Bay top unit. They want to see a goal on the board, back-to-back power plays. Stamkos with a wrister, save up high at the pad of Talbot. As this is sent back around and caught a piece of his glove. Kucherov, he gets upended. Good reverse hit there. Is Paul trying to keep this alive out there with Point. Paul, and now Point. Point gets hit hard in front of the fans. They want another penalty. They're not going to give one. Hedman has it. Here's a ripper of a 1T for Stamkos. That gets partially blocked. Brayden Point. Now Kucherov tries to get a couple sticks in there, but the Kings will flip it all the way down the ice. And the Bolts will go ahead and take their changes. Again, they were out there for about a minute 30. Second unit's out there now. Darren Radish off the drop. Going to go ahead and leave the entries to the puck specialist here for Hagel, who just kissed the glass. And now this is sent back around. Kucherov stayed out there for both units, so he's going to be exhausted. His shift is about 2 minutes. He's going to know it. Go ahead and take a change. Radish has it. Of course, a booze did happen on the second power play. He's got 5 seconds to work with. Radish skating all the way in. Still trying to get this now. Vladislav Gavrikov gets it out. And the Kings made that look very easy on 2 power play opportunities for the Bolts. They turn them both away. 15:25 left to go in this third. Chernak has it now. He'll send this one across. It goes a little bit too far there for Lilberg, as this is flipped down. So now the LA Kings, they don't need any more offense here. They can continue to lock it down. I got more teams I would tell them don't park the bus. I don't think that's what the Kings are going to do, but they are a lock and key type of team like no other. Again, they win again today. Their points percentage at the road will be at 800. That's about 80%. And that is as good as it gets on that side. And they're one of the ones that can absolutely lock you down. And think about the trade again, as we talked about for Pierre-Luc Dubois, when he sent in Rasmus Kupari, he gave Viliardi and Iafallo and a second-round pick. How many teams can do that and still be good? That's where the Kings are right now. Their rebuild kind of happened on the fly. Doughty said it wasn't fun at the time, but this happened a hell of a lot quicker than anyone expected. Doughty with the ripper of a 1T, and that's not with the left pad of Vasilevsky. As Tampa has it now. Tyler Mott trying to get a windmill. He get around 3 different players. Gavrikov giving him a shove alongside PLD. And this falls back to Vladislav. He's got it. Here's a long stretch pass. Good interception by Nick Paul. This Carl Grunstrom going to go ahead and try to finish his check. About 14 minutes left to go in this third period. John out here with you on the call, watching the Bally Sports Sun feed on ESPN Plus. The Bolts are down 2-0. The Kings are playing their prototypical road game right now. This is a nice play by Perbix. Keeps it alive. Gunstrom forces a steal in the neutral zone. And now PLD. He didn't enter quick enough as Gunstrom jumped too early. And this will be a stoppage with 13:46 left to go in the third. 2 power plays turned away for Tampa. They're down 2-0.
You get my free ticket to tonight's game. Who is my all-time favorite receiver? Yes, Larry Fitzgerald.
Hey, I heard you got an extra tickets again tonight. I would love to go.
Yeah, sure. It's all yours, Larry.
Thanks, Billy. I'll meet you up front.
Yeah, okay, it's Bob, but okay. Yeah.
You know your name, dude.
I guess I'm Bill now.
With Vivid Seats, when you buy 10 tickets, you can get your 11th free.
He had mentioned a half-bath?
Yes. You know what? Let's go back.
Here. No. It's down here somewhere.
So once this game is done, hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com will be the site where the game story is per usual on the blog end, and then we will see you back for Thursday for the Seattle Kraken and the Washington Capitals. I should be joined for Alkmaar for that one. It'll be nice to have another co-cast on that side, and we're looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun game. I haven't watched the Capitals yet this year. I know they're much more of a defensive team now. Alex Ovechkin's not the goal scorer that he once was, but they lock it down and try to get the job done against a Seattle Kraken team that's high flying. So should be a good matchup. Seattle all over Buffalo. They're leading 5-2 with 11:28 left to go in this third.
Lightning have had several games in this season where they have done it and opposing teams have done it where they're playing like the long ball game. There's slight spread passing. Hedman's so good at that. Forwards fly the zone.
Maple Leafs enjoying their game against the Sharks. Fresh off the William Nylander extension, they lead 7-1 as Nick Robertson has the latest goal. So neutral zone draw. It's Cirelli and Kopitar. It's set to take it as the whistle is blown, and this will be picked up by LA. So Gavrikov has it now. Put this back around the end boards. The LA Kings are 13:35 away from ending their 5-game losing streak with yet another win on the road. What else is new for them? As they played a good lockdown game. They've stopped Tampa from trying to get into their sets, especially in this third period when they had back-to-back power plays and really nothing to show for it. This is a turnover. Adrian Kempe with a long wrister that goes way wide. Hit the right side of the glass, and it'll work as an involuntary clear. This will be Gavrikov now. And mixed with Matt Roy. Roy try to chip it ahead, but this might go right to Cirelli as he'll put this back around deep. Again, goal differential in the third period is plus 36 for LA, minus 12 for Tampa in this third period. That is a stark difference of 48 on that side. That is unbelievable. So 12:52 left to go in this third. 21-16 is the shots on goal in favor of the Bolts, but they're down 2-0. Again, they got the Devils, Ducks, and Wild upcoming here between the Thursday, Saturday, and then the 18th of January when they come back into it on that side. And there are some winnable games here, with the exception of the one today. I kind of thought it would go to the favor of the LA Kings. This game is still in the balance right now, but the Tampa Bay Lightning are needing to get on a little bit of a run here because the next after the first 5 that they have coming after this, they're winnable. After that, not so much. This is a big hit. Was taken on both sides. 2 players slow to get up there for LA and Tampa, but no penalty called. As it's Hedman. Kucherov's okay as he gets back up to his feet. Brayden Point off the clear. He gets it himself as this goes near the left side boards now. And this is settled back down for Nikita. He's in his defensive end as this will be recollected here for Point. Point now for Darren Radish. Radish canceled off the puck there by Anderson. Kucherov gets the slapper. This one was going low. He wanted to get to the low stick side, and it's stopped by Talbot. Talbot has stopped all 21 shots he's faced so far with 11:55 left to go in the third. Again, his numbers will continue to climb should that be the case. He's already an all-star for the second time in his career. So Tyler Mott gets it loose. And Nikita Kucherov gains the red line, fires it in. He'll take his change. Tyler Mott was racing like a bat out of hell, but it's a Ferrier now Lazat. As Perbix gets the steal. As this goes near the left side blue one. Talbot will take a look in the stand up near the right side post. As this is bounced up. Kaliev, he got hit. Perbix trying to go ahead and locate this near the right side dot. Kaliev, as this is recollected for Mikey Esamont. Here's a shovel right in front of the blue paint, but nobody able to get a stick on it as Mott overskates it, and it's cleared by the LA Kings. They got to go quick with their change as it's fired right back in by Tampa. They'll do the same darn thing. Trey Senglin now. Settled there for Arthur Kaliev. Here's a good touch pass. Gunstrom racing left wing side, swallowed up by Vass. He can't make the play. They blew the whistle dead. 10:56 up to go in this third. as we're almost halfway through the final frame. LA Kings still enjoying a 2-0 lead, both goals in which they scored in the second period. When we take a look at how they were scored, Phillip Danault and Matt Roy are the lone goal scorers, and that still stands right now as the LA Kings are enjoying a 2-0 lead. John here with you. We're going to take you through the rest of this game and then leave the game store at hopelesssportsguide.wordpress.com with all of the audio. That's in the reporter side. Talbot, calmly play this to the right side D and start again for Andreas England. So Spence and England on the defensive side right now. For Todd McLellan's squad, as this is Gunstrom off the half screen. He tried to center it out in front, but it was recollected by Tampa as they'll go ahead and make the stretch pass. Perbix, a little bit too far for him, Red England. Go ahead and get this one, shovel it backhand calmly. And now the LA Kings, good transition. They've been very smart with the puck. Again, this road game, they just seem to play their game. They make all the quick strikes that they need to, and then they lock it down on defense. Lilleberg, try to get this near the left side down for Tampa. As this will recollect for Anthony Cirelli. Cirelli, now Nick Paul, offsides is the call, with 10:06 left to go in this third. So the NHL All-Star fan vote's underway. Again, I mentioned in my part of next week, I'll try to go ahead and get the write-ups and everything else done through the week's time. So vote for 12 final All-Stars, 8 skaters, 4 goalies. Voting ends January 11th. Vote at nhl.com/vote. So again, I'll be able to get all my stuff typed in as the fans will leave theirs out there, and then I'll give my thoughts as well. And that'll be next week's side. So I'll leave the broadcasting open while I'll go ahead and write that one in for next week. I wanted to get into some play-by-play because it's certainly been a little bit on that side. Good steal. Here's an opportunity. Kempe! He can't get a hold of it, though. It would have been a one-on-one as it's sent the other way. Grunstrom trying to find it as this is picked up here for Quinton Byfield. Byfield, get this back to Anze Kopitar. Here's a good touch pass as this is knocked away. Kopitar's chance goes wide. 9:20 left to go in the third. Tampa's got a 23-18 shot advantage, but they're still down 2-0 on the scoreboard of the LA Kings. As it's Roy. They'll settle it down, leave it here for Trevor Moore. That third line has been good. They've accounted for both of the sets of points right now. As this is sent in, Kevin Fiala. Here's a dangerous back pass. This will give the LA Kings possession here. Mikey Anderson will flip it back down. As Fiala will send it in deep. Stopped down by the stick of Vass. Picked up here for Point. Point with a sauce pass. Tampa's got to get going at some point. They need to go left to right. Blue jerseys at home at Amalie Arena with the white striping. The LA Kings in the road whites with the black pants and the black stripe. Again, they're not wearing the monochrome helmets, thankfully. Some like those, I don't. As it's a little bit too far here for Stamkos. Mikey Anderson trying to finish this one. As this is picked up off the backhand. Here's a chance, Perbix. He whistles it high, partially blocked, up and out of play. We'll take a break. 8:22 left to go in the third. Kings up by a pair.
Knowing where you live doesn't control what you watch. It means always seeing your team in action. Knowing you have access to 50 exclusive NHL games means knowing your plans for the next 6 months. To know hockey is to love hockey, and to love hockey is to have ESPN+.
The competition's never been better. This is just spectacular. The stars have never been brighter. That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
Hey, what's going on?
I switched to H&R Block this year and had one of their experts do my taxes for me. That was a big win.
Oh, yeah?
And a refund advance loan, so I got money the day I filed. You can get $3,500. Pretty huge.
I don't think my guy offered that.
It's interest-free.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. We got to pick up some up. Great thinking.
You could get an interest-free refund advance loan up to $3,500 the day you file.
The competition's never been better. The stars have never been brighter.
Deja Kelly.
Oh, that was great. Any more punch? So throw it tonight.
This is spectacular. That's our Blues. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
On this team 36, 15 goals. Watch the one-on-one with Chernak. Kempe's got speed, but look at the balance and the power he's got too, because Chernak has no slouch in that department. When he gets the
Good work there by Bally Sports' son to show it there, even for Chernak trying to play defense. He couldn't solve Adrian Kempe, who almost had a one-on-one right to the house. And then a good shot blocked by the LA Kings stopped before it ever went to Talbot. And that's where we went to break with 8:22 left to go in the third. Tampa still down a couple of goals. The LA Kings able to get the job done. Phillip Danault and Matt Roy with his second goal of the season for the defenseman. Trevor Moore with a couple of points. His third lines look really good for Todd McLellan's squad. So Stamkos kicked out of the draw. It'll be Brayden Point. Go ahead and take this 1 point. We'll win it clean, but this is a good brush away. Stamkos gets hit pretty hard and off the draw, and this will be sent down the ice. It'll be Kempe and Hedman. As Adrian Kempe now near the right side boards, it's Chernak. This will be slowed down. And now Tampa has it off the back pass. They'll go ahead and find it now. Be stretched across for Brayden Point. Point off his forehand. Good block there for the LA Kings again as it's Doughty. Get a piece of it. Settle it down for Chernak. Off the reverse hit Kempe. And now Point puts this around the inboards as this will be chopped out a couple of times. And now Stamkos will find it here for Eric Chernak. Chernak will use the bounce. As this one will get knocked away, it'll be Doughty. Clear this around the inboards right to left. The LA Kings are about 7:30 away from taking this home unless Tampa can find a way to solve the defense more so than Talbot. This is loose out in front and they score! That's what they needed, the reverse jinx. And now the Lightning are on the board and we have a game again. 7:23 left to go in the third. We'll see who's going to get this goal here. Tyler Mott might be the one. So stolen into the neutral zone, picked up across the right side wall. Doughty couldn't get back there in time as this was left out for Mikey Esamont. And let's see, so Esamont finds it, gets it near the right side red line, shovels it out in front, and this is picked up for Tyler Mott. He finishes the rebound. Tyler Mott finds it amongst the hosts. It bounces off Blake Lazat, falls to Mott, and goes in the net. So 2-1 game now. Mott gets his third goal of the season. None of the superstars are scoring right now, but it's a 2-1 game. The Bolts have made this a one-goal contest. Tyler Mott with his third off a good steal from Michael Esamont. Now Mott back out there right now. 7 minutes left to go in this third. The LA Kings have played a great game, but Mott forces a steal. We'll put this in across the red line now as it bounces off Gavrikov. Vladislav has it now. Leave it here for Kevin Fiala from, remember, the Minnesota Wild. As this goes near the right side, this is dumped in. Trevor Moore. Send this around the inboards for Anthony Cirelli. Cirelli will calmly leave it back to his defensive partner. Here for Calvin DeHaan. DeHaan now. Stretch pass, a little bit too far. Good defense there for the Kings. This is Andreas England on the other side. Try to recollect this here. Cirelli throws his body out to try to keep the puck alive. He runs into Hagel, and now the Kings will get some puck possession here. Now they're only up by a goal, courtesy of the Tyler Mott chance. PLD tries to get to it. Now he gets canceled off the puck. DeHaan takes a couple of hits, and now the Bolts have it. 3-on-2. Cirelli, Hagel, cross. Here's a shot. This is behind Talbot for a moment, but he makes the save exactly at the 6-minute marker of the third, as the shots are now 24-19 in favor of the Bolts, who just scored, courtesy of Tyler Mott. Tampa needs one more. So they're showing the rush off the 3-on-2. Cirelli in full flight, cross the ribbon side, and the wrister was kind of partially blocked before it ever hit Talbot, but he did hold on, if you look behind him, to make the save. As we'll get some changes. Should be good with the final 6 minutes of the third period as we're in a one-goal game. 11 goals and 11 assists is Nick Paul, 42 games, as they've shown. Hasn't picked up one just yet, but he's one of those guys to watch. Anze will take this draw against Steven Stamkos. Anze wins it clean, as this is not held in by the Bolts. 5:50 left to go in this third, as this is put around the inboards here. And now Mikey Anderson will go ahead and settle it down. Anderson gets dispossessed of the puck, and now this is an opportunity for Darren Radish, picked off by Kempe. Kempe is dangerous. Here's his long wrister. This is a left pad saved by Bass, and now settled up here for Darren Radish. Viktor Hedman. Kucherov will send it in across the red line. 5:20 left to go in this third, as this is recollected by the Bolts. Kucherov goes all the way back alongside Radish. This will be chipped in off a stick of Brayden Point and sent back down the ice by the Kings. 5:05 left to go in this third. John Under with you at Amalie Arena. We're going to get set to close this game unless the Bolts can tie it. Tyler Mott's got the latest. He answered a couple unanswered goals in the second period from the LA Kings, as it's now 2-1. Kings lead down to 1. As this is off a couple of stick lifts, it's more. And near the right side boards, couple dispossessed, as the LA Kings will go ahead and recollect now. And across the Bolts logo, settle it back down. Phillip Danault, he was the opening goal scorer. Gavrikov, settle it in, and Danault will wire it in, take his change for Todd McLellan's squad. 4:30 left to go in this third. It's the Bolts now with Nick Perbix going in and getting puck possession. Hagel, he has it! He scores! What a fantastic goal for Brandon Hagel! He was in a Black Friday mall phone booth, and he somehow found the puck and scored it and tied it at 2 with 4:21 left to go in the third. Outrageous goal. Hagel near the left side dot, host of bodies. Talbot can't find it. Perbix made the play. Hagel, disgusting play, gets between the legs of Gunstrom, slowly goes 5-hole past Talbot, maybe sliding near the left side, kind of like a one of the X button moves on the Total Control. One of the ones, the little pirouettes between the legs. That was Hagel. Scores it, ties it at 2, and the LA Kings were looking like they were going to take this one until the Tampa Bay Lightning scored 2 goals in the third period. Brandon Hagel gets his 12th. And now the Bolts have a chance to pretty much steal 2 points. 4:15 left to go in this third. Here are the Bolts again. Stamkos drop. Here's a shot stopped by Talbot as they rob point. We'll take a break. Bolts are in the midst of a tie game all of a sudden. Tyler Mott, Brandon Hagel. It's tied at 2.
Okay, when you turn around, you're gonna see some more. Let's imagine how Cool J has a bubble around him. Hey, Allison, there are some situations that young homeowners turning into their parents just can't handle. Yeah, there he is. There's my nephew. I got a video play a piano. That's not going to take a second. The rest of Kansas City for becoming your parents, but for Kansas City, money will be but more. 3, 2, 1, and then countdown. Take a picture.
So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe? I was born ready.
Flowers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping, stadium-jumping action of your playoff dreams? Check, please.
Pure fire, energy, and emotion. There's nobody who fires up this team more than Brandon Hagel, especially when he's gone such a long streak.
Well, if you're just joining us, you're joining at the right time. Tampa Bay, I thought they might go down in this game. They were down 2-0. It was the LA Kings that had the vice grip on. They're playing the great road game they usually do. Tampa responds. Tyler Mott, Brandon Hagel. Seems like every time I watch the Lightning, they seem to respond and fight through adversity, and every time I seem to be surprised. And I don't know why that continues to happen. Scoring chances this period are 6-0 in favor of the Bolts. As it's 3:50 left to go in this third, all of a sudden it's a 2-2 tie, 25-20 on the shot board in favor of Tampa. Stamkos, as this is recollected for Hedman there only for a moment. Kucherov back out there. It'll be Kempe. He'll brush this one ahead, and this will be settled back down for the Tampa defense. It's the captain, Steven Stamkos, near the right sideboard. It's Hagel from Perbix and Lilleberg at 15:39. That's what they have right now. But that Hagel goal was absolutely spectacular as he kind of just dragged that thing through the left side of the crease and slid it in past Talbot, in amongst the host of defense. Here is a long outstretch. This one's canceled off and sent down deep. So Lilleberg has to get to this now. He's got the tertiary assist. 3 minutes left to go in this third. Bolts now, it's a 2-2 game. They have a chance to steal 2 points outright as Cirelli puts it around the inboards. Talbot will stop it. This is turned over right in the middle of the circle. Shot goes wide. Talbot with an egregious giveaway. As now the Kings will go ahead and race PLD. Here's a shot. And this one goes wide near the left post. About 86 miles an hour the rest. Here's another chance goes high. Kucherov. 2:25 left to go in this third. Who's going to take this one now? Hagel, the latest goal scorer. He's back out there now. Off the spin and turn. This is picked up for Isamont. Try to dump this ahead. Isamont slows it down now. Darren Radish has it. Fires through the traffic. And this bounces up and on a play, I guess. 2:11 left to go in the third. The way Talbot was kind of moving his head back and forth on a swivel, he thought it might have went past him, but Hagel forced the steal. As Talbot went on his goal crease to play it, and the shot just whistled just barely wide, a few inches from the right side of the post. And then the post on the other side for the LA Kings. I thought it went wide of Vasilevsky, but it hit the bar. And then Radish into the traffic, and that goes just wide of the right side of the bar. 2:11 left to go in this third. Don't go anywhere. You might go to overtime, might go to a shootout. We might not need to hear with 2:11 left in the third. Maybe the Lightning will score 3 straight goals. Stamkos wins it clean. Kucherov, one-timer, Stamkos. And that is saved by Talbot just before the middle of the circles. He was falling down as he was trying to get that shot leverage. And he got a bullet off, but it was stopped by Talbot. Good face-off win here for the Bolts nonetheless. We'll see if they can do it again. Little sauce pass touch right in the air. Stamkos gets the lift, and it hits him near the left side of the pad and holds on to the stomach. Can the Bolts get another draw win? They might have Talbot hemorrhaging a little bit. Maybe the LA Kings. Again, the Washington Capitals were able to do this. The John Carlson game won it just a few days ago. And now Chernak off of the drop. It's Kucherov. He's still spinning, keeping it alive, using that body strength. But this will fall back to Eric. And they'll play this one here for Victor Hedman. 6'6" defenseman has this one now. They'll make the pass. This will be the entry here for the Bolts as it's Brayden Point. Point now. Stamkos in amongst the trees, trying to fan on the 1T. That was loose out in front there for Darren Radish, who was kind of pinching in on the left circle. 1:20 left to go in this third. The Bolts have tied it with 2 unanswered goals in the third. There was 2 unanswered goals for the Kings in the second. Turned over into the neutral zone. It's Trevor Moore. Trevor Moore needs to buy time for some reinforcements. Kelvin DeHaan is there. As this goes near the right side through the point. Now power move to the net. Vasilevsky says no a couple of times as this is with the LA Kings. Gavrikov trying to find it. Moore still on his horse. He'll go all the way back. Kevin Fiala gets dispossessed. It's Tyler Mott. This shot deflected. He gets upended. Bolts have a turnaround shot. Good stop there for Talbot. Falling down. Fiala picks it up now. 40 seconds left to go in the third. Trevor Moore. Here's a setup. Moore's all alone, but he can't find the puck as it's 30 seconds. Now Fiala, too far for him as Gavrikov will settle it back down. Fiala, 20 seconds left to go in this third. Hedman will have it in his own end. We'll see if we just play for OT at this point. Hedman goes ahead and get this near the right side boards. Here's a chance. This one goes wide near the right side red line. Kings have it. They turn it over. Here's a chance for Sorelli, but the Kings are there. And we're going to go to OT. So Tampa, they were down 2-0. It's tied 2-2. As we go to OT, they pick up a point. The Kings will get one as well, but we'll see what happens with the OT or maybe even a shootout. Come right back. We got extras.
What even is this? Don't touch my things, bro. Janice, when you bundle your home or renters with your auto, Progressive provides 24/7 protection for almost everything you own. But do you really need my way to do? It's for my snack waste. From dog taste lounger. Quick Sedmo. That's my Tuesday salad. First it says perk. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber. I can't live without oxygen. Solid gold coffee. Lake making kit. Really? Can Progressive cover that too? Yes. Hi, Janice. Is my voice on TV right now?
When it comes to hair supplements, you just never know.
See things that I just don't know if they're going to work. It's going to be powerful enough that I'm actually going to see substantial results from it.
So if you're just joining in, you're joining at the right time. We're going to be going OT. This game is tied at dose in between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the LA Kings. It is back-to-back goals for the Bolts here on this side. Tyler Mott with his third from Mikey Esamont and Brandon Hagel from Perbix and Emil Martinson Lilleberg on that side. His first assist as a member of the Bolts. Vasilevsky stopped 20 out of 22. Cam Talbot 25 out of 27. But that was good work there by the Bolts. Again, third time I've covered them this year. And every single time I've covered them, they've either come back and won or they've won outright. So now they're doing it against the LA Kings. The LA Kings are going into this game 0-3-2. And they had the highest point percentage at 796 on the road. And now all of a sudden, they do get at least 1 point out of it for the game that they played, which is good. But you think that they should have had 2, especially with the 2-0 lead after 2. So Brandon Hagel and Mott get the job done, and that's what forces us to OT. So Brayden Point's going to get set to start the overtime. The Lightning are just 2-5 in OT. The Kings are 1-2. Both of these teams with losing records. At least the Kings have an opportunity to get to 500 if they should get the win. And the Lightning can continue to improve upon it. At least for the Lightning, they get a point. They've been needing it. We're going to talk about the games that are left on part of their schedule. And the Kings in the midst of a 5-game road stand that started today. But this is going to be a big stretch for them as well. So Hedman partially fans on his own pass. And that's going to make life a little bit more difficult as Kempe is going to get a couple strides and catch up. It's Point. Point now with Kucherov. Point off the half spin. Keep it alive off his backhand near the left side dot. It's Nikita. Has it now. Nikita will take his time. Go ahead and get this across the red line now. Leave it back here for Viktor. And number 77 will go ahead and settle it back down. So Point, Kucherov, and Hedman. They've not taken a change yet. 40 seconds into this OT. Kucherov will settle it down, but dispossessed by Anze Kopitar, dive and play nicely back to his defense to be able to get them some puck possession. As it's Kempe. Kopitar will take his change. Kempe will fire it in as this is recollected here for Phillip Danault, who will open the goal scoring. Danault still trying to get a 1-on-3, falling down, making a play, and now it's Steven Stamkos. Right in off the bench, Stamkos blows a tire. He'll send this one back. Here's an opportunity. Kucherov really still out there. Is at the edge of his shift. He barely got there. Stamkos keeping it alive off his forehand, looking for a rebound. That was stopped by the right pad of Talbot. And now Kevin Fiala will have it off the backhand. As he'll send this one back down for Vladislav Gavrikov. Gavrikov, the former Blue Jacket, will pick it back up. Off the backhand for PLD and Pierre-Luc Dubois. Spent time with the Jets and the Blue Jackets, now with the Kings, so he'll make the outstretched pass. 2-on-2. as it's Moore. Off the drop. Good steal for Hagel. Hagel, does he got enough for a breakaway? Turns to the forehand. He got canceled off the puck. Hagel now is going to get ridden of the boards. Still trying to keep this one alive. Good strength here for Hagel. Great work for Pheonix. Pheonix scores! What a play for Hagel! And Pheonix wins the game in OT. Lightning come all the way back, and they strike. They win it 3-2. The Tampa Bay Lightning do it again. It seems like every time I broadcast this team, it's nothing but heroics. Hagel kept the puck alive for about 25 seconds, and it set it up for Pheonix on a one-on-one. As Moore lost possession, Spence overskated it. Hagel was off to the races. Spence was there, canceled him off for a little bit. Hagel turns. He's ridden near the right sideline by Dubois. Hagel still doesn't give up on the play. Sets it up. Pheonix gets past Moore. Backhand to the 5-hole of Talbot. And the Lightning come all the way back and win it 3-2. What an entertaining game. That's a good way to start the week, is it not? Tampa takes the win. I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a good one. I should be joined by Alec Nava when it's the Seattle Kraken and the Washington Capitals. Nick Pheonix plays hero, but what a hell of an effort for Brandon Hagel there. 3-2 final. What a game we had. Have a good one, everybody. I will see you. Thanks for going live, says Indiana Jones, as the stream was dropping for you. I hope that you got the result you wanted, regardless of who you're rooting for there. That was an exciting one. Both teams pick up the point. Pheonix gets the extra as the Bolts take a 3-2 win. They come all the way back, score 3 unanswered. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good one. Peace.